All right. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. SOS and smoothly qualifying for GSL. For those who don't know, though, qualifying for GSL means you are in the top 12 already. So it's friggin' brutal. And that's why he has to play against Cure to start things off. Cure in the bottom left side of the map, a massive, overwhelming favorite. But it's SOS, and I'm a dreamer, and I believe. Honestly, 2 weeks ago, cast a bunch of his games. One of them was against Cure. Got absolutely waffle stomped. Had some good openings. Like, there were games where he had, like, great opening into just collapsing in the mid-game from rusty basic mistakes. I'm hoping that was his first week back. That was his, okay, scraping the rust off, and I'm sure he's made good progress in the interim. But the question remains, can he hold up to a guy like Cure, who is so rock solid and stable no matter what's happening in the game, no matter how intense it looks? Cure is so stable at the moment. He's actually looked really good against Zerg as well, his big traditional weakness recently, which is good for him because the other two players in this group are REYNOR and SOLAR, two Zerg players. And they're the two Zergs which I think Cure has a pretty good chance against. We've got a nice little tidbit from our researcher in the chat. Tuktaran says, SOS is a song by Swedish pop group ABBA. It was released in June 1975 as the 5th single from their self-titled 1975 album. Yeah, good song, good song. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if anyone's ever asked SOS about his name. Is it meant to be, you know, Save Our Souls, the classic, what do you call that? Like a Mayday, call for rescue? Is that only on boats that they say SOS, guys? It's a boat thing, right? Because I guess Mayday is a plane thing, SOS is the boat thing. Is there any other realm where people have a different one? It stands for Soul of Sky, he said in a GSL interview. Oh, that's so much lamer. No, it is what it is. Oh, what is this, guys? 3-gate, no... Wait, 3-gate? 3-gate, no tech. 3-gate, no tech. Oh, okay. Normally you build the third gateway on the front for quick warp-ins, but I think he wants a lower profile. He wants to come in only at the last second, because I think a lot of people check for the 3-gate proxy, though Cure didn't this game. So if you go for the gateway, you'd have to build this like a minute earlier, which obviously he's not wanting to reveal that far ahead of time. So he's going to have to do the slightly slower warp-in. Looks like he has chronoed his warp gate maybe once or twice. It's going to finish about 3:30. It's not the fastest warp in. Remember the old parting build with the 17 Nexus? He used to warp in 3 adepts at 3:18. This is going to be about 3:40, it looks like. And 3 Stalkers warping in. 3 Stalkers, 1 adept. Meanwhile, a drop with the Marines and Cyclones going across the map. But if these gateways can cool off and warp in and defend the main base while these Stalkers go in, this could be potentially game-ending damage. I mean, this is a really big opportunity right now, guys. A very big opportunity. Reaper's going to bounce inside the base. I love the way that Reaper hops in to join this, but at the same time, Stalkers running on the other side. SCVs are going down, and the Probes can run away. 3 Stalkers warp in behind that Nexus. Probes could maybe fight this as well, but it looks like he feels confident that he has enough units. He will go over there to the natural defend. Already 7 SCVs going down. SOS here with a cheeky build order, and Cure getting caught off guard. I mean, SOS wants to make this game somewhat messy, get some sort of dirty action going, but he does lose a Stalker back there. Cyclones on both sides of the map, pretty good at defending, and we're seeing the medevac rotations, I think, keeping Cure alive here. He gets 6 probes, which is nice. He's going to come down and clear this up. Does get that SCV away from this. Stalkers would love to take care of the Cyclone. Will they be able to get it? Yes, they will, and Stalkers, when there's no Cyclones out, they can outrange, but bad micro for SOS does leave 1 Stalker there in the open. Meanwhile, these guys... Big sloppy there. It lets him rotate back to the natural. Those probes need to pull. Oh, SOS. He's leaving himself open, and he does pull the probes, but he's still going to lose 1. Meanwhile, on the natural, Stalker waddles back in, does die to the tank. It's time right now for SOS to holster it. He has to put this bad boy away, keep it in his pants, because if he keeps staying on the other side of the map, this could go bad. Now, he's got a Robo, but he's got no Twilight. No Twilight, no Forge, no Third. He's got to build those right now. SOS needs to spring into action, and if he can do that, and we can see those instincts, that's going to be good. But if Cure keeps him distracted and busy right now, he's going to really struggle to get back in this game. And it feels like these units should be waiting on the edges for these rotates. Finally, he's actually in the correct position. I think if he puts a Stalker there, it's going to be very close, but not quite able to hit that medevac. Banshee's here. Now, the pylon is there. He's actually hoping the Banshee goes to the right side, but like I said, Twilight goes down. Where's the 3rd Nexus? He's taking a 3rd and 4th gas, but this feels way too slow for SOS. He's got 400 minerals. He's oversaturated on his natural. He's chronoing a Nexus that's not building, and he's supply blocked. Yeah, so we can see mechanically in a high pressure moment, the heat of the moment. I don't want to be an SOS hater. I'm not a hater, guys. I'm calling what I see. SOS is not up to scuff. He could have come out on top of the situation. As it is, I'm not saying he's dead because the second and third barracks is very late, but he's missing a huge opportunity. There could have been he's got 800 minerals in the bank. It's a clever opening. It caught Cure off guard. But if you can't spend your money, you're not going to be able to compete at this level of StarCraft. I got to call it like it is, guys. I'm sorry. Pull the band-aid off early. Now let's go back to cheering for SOS and hoping he can make this series close. Battery in the main will defend the Banshee. Templar Archives is coming in as well. Probe tries to take the third. Goes down. Banshee going to deny that. This Nexus could have been finished 35, 40 seconds ago. This is such a ridiculous delay. Yeah. This is really bad. Raven does come out, gets an observer. Nice move for Cure. Cure's stim just started, man. He's so delayed on everything at home. SOS could have been steaming ahead in this game after that early game. You don't understand, when Terran builds 2 Cyclones, it slows down their build, but if you also get 7-8 SCVs, disrupt their mining as well. Even more so. But Units Lost Tab comes out on top for Cure. And it looks like we're going to see Charge Storm as the follow-up. Gateway Explosion in the main base. This is a proper Artosis pylon here on the natural. Does have a Forge coming up as well. Yeah, Cure's kind of ascended again recently. He had a few weeks where he was looking a little shaky in this matchup and others, but he's definitely got back to that Cure we remember. He just doesn't really lose this matchup. Here we go. Banshee's trying to rotate. Trying to pull away from the Stalkers. Very nice. Dude, lovely waterfall down there. And there's some very bright red fish. Probe gets sniped. Banshee's going to pull away. Cloak finished, didn't it? No, he did actually cancel Cloak. It must have been like 98% complete when it canceled. It was pretty far along. Vikings going hunting for any warp prisms. Cure really keeping map control very well. SOS just going to pause here. It looks like at about 55, 56 probes. Just enough to fully saturate the third mineral line, I think. And then he's going to probably stop from there. His natural's actually oversaturated. Banshee comes in, does die there. Pulled out of his main base mining early, did SOS. Interesting. Okay, now he's saturating it back. Yeah, interesting. +1 comes in. Where's that warp prism? So it's just kind of... Did he just lose the warp prism, guys? Oh, no! Where were the Vikings? Wait, did he just try to storm drop? Oh, gosh, sorry, guys. Oh, no, he just flew. I had to storm drop across and lost it to those 2 Vikings. I'm sorry for my observing. I missed that one. Oh, my lord, that's really costly. That's very bad. Oh, those Vikings were hunting for it. I think Cure knows SOS loves the storm drop. And that we'll go show that at about 8.5 minutes in the replay at the very end. I thought you were saying NSA levels of observing. And I'm like, what? NSA sees everything. Oh, NASL. Yes. Looking for the feedback maybe on the Raven would be good. Oh, auto turrets go down. Zealot's charging. Gonna have to pull back here. Oh, Cure with a good spread. Storm doesn't land in a big way. Banshee's adding that little bit of damage in. There's a few immortals. Without a warp prism, it's very hard to land these storms on top of the army. And once they've got the position set up, feels like you need these Zealots counter-attacking and stuff. You got to create a bit of chaos here as SOS. If you get Cure to hurry forwards, that's where the big storms will present themselves. But I think waiting for a front-on fight against a guy as good as Cure, look at how methodical he is. Marauders are mostly up front, Marines mostly behind, somewhat pre-spread, Banshees pre-spread, Widow Mines out front. I mean, this is just textbook. How to avoid taking bad storms. He's not actually fully walled on his natural, so those 2 Zealots will come in. Cure's not really giving many chances here for SOS to get back into this. He's got a 4th on the right. What can SOS do now? He's trying to get to Colossus. Oh, nice storm in the main. Okay, that's really good. I like that. Cannon battery storm. 3 more gateways will bring him up to 9. And, I mean, Cure's not really done any crucial damage. Cybercore, did it get Oh, he didn't rebuild his Cybercore. He just lost his Cybercore. He hasn't rebuilt it. Blink's going to be his only air control. Oh, whenever they attack that high ground, you're usually meant to immediately rebuild the Cybercore elsewhere, but SOS, a few steps behind here in game 1. Hoping it's just kind of getting the nerves off. First game in GSL again. It's always a little nerve-wracking, especially when it is such a compressed season leading into and essentially being a qualifier for a $700,000 World Championship as well. You know, there is a spot, I think it's 2 spots on the line for each GSL season. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Zealot's getting quite a few workers. Nicely done. All right, SOS staying calm. And, you know, like I said, I feel like whenever the tempo's high, it feels like SOS cannot keep up. But when it slows down a little bit, SOS, you know, little Zealot run-bys, calm storm defense, cannon battery storm, some of the best drop defense in the game. He's got a second forge coming up now as well. I love that he went +1 armor after +1 attack. Finally, he realizes and rebuilds the Cybercore bit. The lack of map control is hurting SOS. Can he defend this 4th base? He's got a pylon out front. It'll give him a few seconds of warning, but only a few. His observers here. I'd love to see a few more observers popped out on this map, but he's only on single robo as he goes up into Colossus. He's got 2 Colossus out with range now. I don't know if this army's big enough for Cure. There's only 2 tanks, and they're kind of trailing in a little bit. He's got a big army supply advantage. Is it all here, though? The EMP is landing on the High Templar. There's still 1 High Templar with a Storm in the back. Another one on the right side. Right side High Templar does land a Storm. Nicely done. He's got 2 more Storms coming in from behind. Another great Storm. And in fact, SOS is going to clear up this army by the... Oh, wait. Hold. Sorry. I thought he was going to clear this army up, but maybe not. There weren't that many Zealots there. The Colossus is going to go down. And no. Cure just had too much of an advantage. Nicely done. It's kind of weird fighting in the speedy zones, because once you're in the speedy zone, it's really good for things like Zealots. I think if you flank this army, it's such a scary angle to press, but because SOS didn't see it coming, he had no time to set that up. Colossus does almost get clicked down, has to run in, has to run back. High Templar comes forward with up to Storm. Gets a good one on the tanks and the Ghosts. Prism is going to go down to the Vikings. Colossus on a single hit point, chilling, trying to survive. It gets shot as well. And Cure is going to roll over game 1. Big opportunities for SOS in game 1, but I think he was a little afraid to take a 3rd base, and it slowed him down. All right, guys, let's see if he can get into the flow and bring this series back. Great opening for SOS in game 1. Gonna go into Tokamak, and it's gonna be Cure in the top right. But yeah, the 3-gate, like I think Cure was caught pretty flat-footed by that. Did not expect that one, but came out. I don't even know. Did he come out on top? I mean, he obviously did afterwards, but it felt like he just did the follow-up a bit better. I think like right after the pressure ended, because he did such a good job with his drop, I think it was like okay for him. I think he was still a bit behind though. But then SOS was just a bit too tense, and then with the storm drop getting sniped, that was tough. That was really tough for SOS. Didn't expect there to be Vikings on the map so early, but I think that's Cure going, I know who I'm playing against. This is the cheeky boy SOS. And he's the guy who will, you know, do this sort of move. And I mean, SOS even went down the right side of the map, came in behind the natural, specifically to avoid any Vikings on that left side, because it's so obvious that that's where Prisms would go from. So SOS, you can see like he's already like his planning, his like little thinking ahead. Definitely doing pretty well. And as Probe decides to kind of half skirmish there, I don't know why he was going in and out so much, SOS, because I guess he looks like he wants to block the natural, but now he's taken too much damage to block it anyway, so not the best probe harass. I think he had plenty of time to just attack the SCV, trade shields, then run away. And if he did that immediately with the commitment, then he could have come back and delayed this. As it is, it's going to be just a little light harassment, keeps the SCV off the line. Marine is going to come out into a very quick factory. So we can have a nice quick factory there. Big thanks to the sub for Jindahoos. So I'm, you know, it's kind of funny because like we're gonna basically be uploading these games for GSL, guys. Slow down the Pigfest upload schedule a little bit. I think I'll probably be putting up some pretty chunky GSL upload videos, maybe with multiple series. But I guess we'll see what happens after the videos are recorded. See what the best format is to get some of these out. Marine pokes around. Second gas goes down as well. Okay, so Cure's just chilling, and it is going to be a proxy row. All right, SOS is going old school. SOS is the king of proxies, and I like it. Okay, so I guess we just build an Immortal into a Warp Prism, and then we just go for like a Sentry Stalker Immortal bust. A few Zealots maybe up front. Yeah, I think we might see a Sentry, maybe not after this unit, but maybe the next one. It's going to go 3 Adepts. That's a little surprising. 3 Adepts, interesting. Adept already poking at the front. Does see reacted factory. He's going to have to focus on defending that to begin with. Hasn't really taken too much of a break from probing just yet. But now we see the probe production pause. I imagine we're going to see that Immortal. Yeah. All right, Immortal gets chrono down. Why is it rallied back here, guys? That is odd. I think that's a misclick. I don't imagine that's on purpose. Don't think we want Immortals running back to outside of map. And a third gateway as well. He adds 2 probes, and then he doesn't add any more. So he's adding like a probe here, a probe there. It's very intermittent. This is... Yeah, we used to do this a lot early Legacy. This is very 2017 is calling and once its builds back, but I actually dig it because no one does this anymore. So Q is going to be way out of practice against this. Where you just kind of add 2 probes, unit production, add 2 probes, unit production, and you're happy to have your natural unsaturated because you want to hit the fastest, most critical timing. And we're going to see a Hellion Widowmine attack here from Cure against the guy that is going to run in with a bunch of Adepts and Immortal. Oh, Mio. He's even building a pylon on the front. What's that for? Why is that there? Is he planning to build a shield battery? Wait, no, it's just because he was going to be supply blocked. So, and he was like, well, I have a probe here. I might as well throw down a pylon. SOS just being a character, man. I love it. Stalkers clean up the Hellion in the main. Widowmine drop is not really going to do crucial damage. You can just spread 4 probes, you know, into those Widowmines. You'll be fine. The Immortal Stalker, there's nothing to fight this. He should maybe try to get on top of the Cyclone, as that Cyclone is about to pop out. Widowmine's not really landing in any big way. He's going to go for the main base as well. We'll see if he can get some big kills. Even if he can, though, can he defend the main base? Widowmines land in the main. They do take out 2 Stalkers and 2 more probes, but I think a new Stalker Warp in will deal with that. There's 2 Immortals in this main base. I think he wants to go towards the Cyclone. If you get rid of the Cyclone, it's going to be great. Oh, the Cyclone. Good micro, though. Dude, Cure. He's going to manage to defend this army. Very impressive. No depot to raise up to lock him inside. Still down on workers, though, taking massive damage, but that Cyclone has put in so much work that Immortal needs to turn and fight. You can't keep running. You can't keep running. You got to turn and fight, SOS. Oh, no! Meanwhile, looks like the medevac does get out of there. Pylon's going to go down on the front. Stalkers will catch this Cyclone. SOS creating some messy situations and Cure losing that Cyclone. He could not afford that right now. Sells his bunker on the high ground. Tank is here on the low ground. He's facing things that he is not used to playing against anymore. This is old school, early Legacy of the Void PvT, and it is bringing Cure to a place that he is not used to fighting. One has to wonder, is the Widowmine Hellion opening that he went for a good idea against a guy like SOS? Do you really need to slow down SOS's income growth at all in this matchup? I don't think so. I don't know the last time I've seen SOS do a greedy build. He's an aggressive player, not a defensive player. He wants to go first. He wants to use his clever tricks to put you on notice. Here we go. Big attack. If he gets rid of the tank, it's lights out. Stalkers go for the Banshee. Immortal goes for the Siege tank. And as it falls, the Viking will get taken down. Yes, there's a new tank on the high ground, but you've already taken so much damage. SOS on 39 workers. Cure only on 27. That gets a shot from the high ground, but it only covers to this dotted white line that we've got here. These SCVs gonna have to hide. Command Center has to lift right now. You gotta lift that Command Center, bro. I think he feels like if he doesn't defend this area, he's screwed anyway, but he's not lifting it. Cure, what are we doing, mate? Oh no, he loses the Command Center. Dude, Cure looks a little stiff in his play. Maybe he's getting a little bit of PTSD, remembering the trauma of a decade of SOS trouncing everyone, including him, when he was coming up as a player. Because SOS used to school these boys, right? Back when he was a little boy, it's like he's fighting his dad right now, man. Everyone knows, it doesn't matter. You could be way stronger than your dad. Your dad could be like 90 years old, but you know, in your head, he's still that giant man from when you were a little child, and that is kind of SOS to the entire StarCraft scene. This guy won 2 world championships before it was cool, man. 2013 and 2015. He beat Voldemort in 2015, holding onto a Baneling bust in Game 7. Oh, the Protoss who could, man. The little Protoss who could. He's got a pylon-shaped scar on his forehead, and he will proxy you from every single angle. The Immortal's just dancing around. And of course, Cure, I think it's dawning on him. We might be dead in this game as SOS takes the third behind it. Immortals are there. They do actually have to redrop. He's going to lose one. Impressive for Cure. I think what we do see, though, is the one big weakness, arguably, here, is that SOS, even when he's doing so much damage, the modern way that players get ahead, which is, I think, the optimal way to play Legacy of the Void, is once you get your opponent in a compromised situation, to hard pivot to economy at some point. And SOS has just really not done that at any moment in this game, right? Even now, he's just started probing, right? His natural's still not fully saturated. Yes, he's transferring some workers from his main, but it took him a long time. A lot of players, the moment they were in there with the Immortals, they'd already be like holding the probe key down, building a third Nexus. The only problem with this, it's not bad in isolation. It's bad if it's a habit to always play the same way. GG, Cure has to tap out. You got to keep your opponent guessing, and that's why I'd love to see SOS actually play a bit greedy here in game 3. All right, guys, we got SOS in the top left side of the map, Cure in the bottom right, and it's going to be a big game 3 on Maganatha. I think after the last 2 games, Cure will have to play a little bit safer, and that's why it's a perfect opportunity for SOS. Big map, especially looks like he's going to wall off the Reaper ledge, go for a Nexus before Cybercore. You know, be nice and greedy, and let's see what you can bring out. SOS traditionally a much lower APM player than all the other top pros. You can see here he is like, you know, doubling his workers up nicely. Gonna go build that gateway at the ledge and go for a little scouty scout. You know, pretty solid play so far, but it's gonna be interesting because I think if you can play a bit greedier and just get a bit ahead in this matchup, that's the ultimate mind game. We always say that Hero, back when his rivalry versus Maru was peak, like what, 2022, 2021, 2023, that sort of period, you'd have series where Hero would just YOLO all in, YOLO all in, YOLO all in, and just get wrecked. And we'd be like, okay, just like, can we peel it back a little bit and be greedy one time, Hero? And then Hero would go into the next series and he'd play super all in game 1, and even if it got stomped, then he would go super greedy game 2. And suddenly Maru would just be like, oh god, you're not just putting yourself in a corner and just doing this one range of strategies, you're doing the opposite. That usually requires an opposite reaction. Oh, and suddenly Maru would really struggle against Hero, right? And I think that's the thing you've got to be doing here. It is going to be Cybercore before Nexus. Like I said, kind of think we could get away with Nexus before Core easily on this map. The advantage of Core before Nexus is it allows you to defend proxies and things, but since you've already gate scouted, I don't know. I just don't think we need to bother with that. Arguably, it allows you to chrono adepts across the map. I just wouldn't want to dance too much on the front with adepts against Reapers and Hellions and stuff like that for SOS, but we'll see. I think it's still going to chrono an adept. And indeed, he will. He'll come out with that one. SCV and Probe crossing each other as we get to one of the best tracks from StarCraft 1. Oh, man, I shouldn't even mention the music, should I? If you guys are watching on... I do tend to overlay different music on for like the YouTube cast just to make sure that everything's fine. So I'm like, oh, I shouldn't mention this track. The live stream gets this track. You guys can be on a different track. Damn it. Won't quite sync up. Otherwise, we run into some audio issues sometimes, as well as copyright issues. Dude, what is with this? Why is the factory back there? That's interesting. So he's not worried about 4-gate blink at all, which to be fair is very weak on this map. You can blink up here, but there's like limited area and these just all this blocking makes it really hard. So normally you'd build the factory starport kind of up there, but this could be to hide Cloaked Banshee. Or actually, wait, is Cure gonna do? He might do the double Raven build that he did. He did that in Pigfest, right? I think it was Cure in Pigfest who did. I think it might have even been this map. He did a double Raven interference matrix build. But it's 3-gate again. SOS is doing the same build from game 1. That's a fake Twilight. That is a fake Twilight because he saw the Reaper coming in. It's a late Twilight, though. You should realize. You got to realize this, Cure. That is the most suspect Twilight. Like, he might let it finish, but he's absolutely just doing that for show. He's like, oh, crap, the Reaper's running in. Pretend I have tech. And actually, Pylon's going down. Oh, Pylon is a little late on the other side because of that. Is he going to go Dark Shrine behind this? I mean, I don't know if he can resist the urge to go Dark Shrine. Now, we've got a Widow Mine drop on the way. You don't want to commit too much to these low-tier things. There is a bunker this time, which will help a lot. And there we go. Pylon's finished. 3 adepts. Ah! Okay, so he's going to go in with 5 adepts. 1 adept at home, 5 on the other side of the map. And these 5 adepts could shade past the bunker and deny mining on this natural pretty well. Widow Mine could get a good shot. We'll see what SOS manages to pull off here. Cure has a medevac, has a lot of Marines coming out. And here come these first 5 adepts at 4 minutes. Gonna get inside the natural. Gotta watch out for the Widow Mine. Good pullback, yeah. But he can take out these Marines. Dude, Cure! Why is Cure fighting? Whoa! Oh, I guess he has faith in the numbers? Okay, that seems like a bit of a wild fight, but he judges it just right with some medevac pickups to dodge damage. I thought he was gonna lose a lot more Marines than that. But it turns out Cure knows his business, man. Did he just kill 4 adepts for 3 Marines? Wow. Okay. I mean, he lost 2 SCVs as well, but that's still not really very effective for SOS at all. And now SOS has got delayed blink coming in. No third base. There we go. He takes the third much quicker after that aggro this time. Okay, I do love that change up. I love it. Because I was like, dude, if he doesn't take a third now, he's absolutely, you know, screwed long term in this series. Because suddenly, you know, there's just nothing to worry about. Now QSC's a quick third. Now he's got to do something. Now it's he feels more like, okay, I got to get aggressive. I got to go do stuff. I got to get in your face. Second and third barracks are not that early. He went for Widowmine, Medevac, Hellion. And it's so weird. If I line up the barracks there with the production tab, doesn't it look like the production tab's a bit broken, guys? I had a bit of a brain. I was like, why have we got separate Marines building on the production tab? And I was like, oh, that's just awkwardly lined up. Okay, it's like, oh look, he's building multiple tanks. Stalker's moving down that right side. We got charge coming in for SOS very early. Two gas charge is nice, but with no forges, you can't really. I mean, you can win with no upgrades at Stalker. It's super all in. Problem? I think if he wants to. Oh, he's gonna go. What? He shades the adept in, blinks forward, takes out the tank. SOS mad dogging it right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. 2 Stalkers have gone down, but you know what? I think it's okay to trade 2 Stalkers for a tank. Tanks are hard to build. 3 Stalkers in the main. Probes have to pull away. These Stalkers happy to fight this for now, but using a couple of probes and no other warpins available, it is costly. He doesn't want to recall home, because if he recalls home, oh, he could have blinked after that to get some damage on the medevac, but maybe he was looking elsewhere. Yeah, because then the army could move out, but he doesn't realize stim and shields are actually nowhere near done. The problem SOS has is he's now taken a 3rd gas, but he's got nothing to spend it on. Forge is incredibly late in this game. Stalkers will run north and intercept. 3 Stalkers in the main as well. And so tempting to build a Stargate when they have a drop like this, isn't it? Just make a single Phoenix or Void Ray to kill it. Yeah, I think SOS actually had more room to macro up than he realizes, because he's rushed to like 5 gates, going to 6 gate charge. So if there was a really early push out for Cure, he could have stomped it. I think this shows SOS maybe a little paranoid. Because, I mean, Q has shown a lot of those very, like, off-timing pushes when he knows the Protoss is being greedy, and he saw the fast third, so I think SOS might have studied him, his recent matches in Pigfest, and thought, you know what, he's going to try some of that stuff, isn't he? Raven coming into the natural. He's going to drop the auto turret. And it's going to get 1. No, 2. It does get 2. 2 probes, not bad. Perfectly fine. Shield battery will go down. Just going to block any future damage, unless he throws it straight away. If he throws it straight away before the battery's up, but nah, with Stalkers there, he's not going to risk it. Bio stims forward. Good blink away for SOS. Oh, he's going to get through the hedge. Does get through the hedge, but loses a Stalker. Loses 2. Got to be careful, mate. He's got a big Zealot army starting to gather, but he's probing only now. Feels like SOS's probes are coming in way too late. Like I said, I think he could have got away with a lot more greed earlier than he realized. He's kind of rushing up the defense. Then he was like, oh, damn, the push isn't coming. And now he's kind of caught. I don't know if he quite has enough units. It's going to be close. +1 attack for Terran. No upgrades for Protoss. I'd love to see some Zealots cut off the reinforce. I feel like we are seeing way too many Terrans able to just rally across the map like this. And I think the threat of those Zealots coming in from behind could be everything. SOS thinks about going in. He actually backs away here. Does bait a stim out of the whole army, which is very valuable. Remember, every time they damage themselves, hard to get those hit points back. 4th Nexus is in the open. But that means he can kind of naturally flank this army. Might be time for SOS to just go. He loses the Nexus. He was not willing to lose that Nexus, but he goes for the fight. Zealots will charge on the tank. Force field doesn't do too much. I think there's a bit too much Terran on the dance floor, though. And SOS put up a really good fight. I mean, he is such an underdog against Cure. You guys got to understand. Cure, playing anyone that's not Hero is basically just such a favorite to win any TVP. But SOS... just a little too conservative on his safety. I think he could have played double gas, double forge, and it would have been very hard for Cure to deal with. I do think, you know, at the moment when he went for the that stuff, that would have been such a good follow-up. Because I think, yeah, a bit more Zealot counter activity as well. Just like 2 Zealots in here, a few Zealots hitting these rallies. I think that's something where you kind of have the ability to do that on a big map more than ever. Still got a lot of Zealots. His army looks kind of decent, but the supply count, I just can't look away from that supply count, realizing how much more Terran there is on this map, even if he can somehow hold this off. How's he going to get a super efficient fight? His first Colossus, I think, is on the field. It's waddling down here now. Still got a drop up top with the Marines. Still got a Raven on the left side as well. So Q has done a really good job of not F2ing. He's not feeling any pressure here. Just calmly cleaning things up. SOS does deflect the drop in the main with that cannon. Doesn't have any Stalker here, but the shield battery will defend. Q has got his 4th command center on the way. Double engineering bay armory is done, which means 2-2 can start. 5 barracks, of course, pumping away on the production. And he spreads around both sides. Q has realized this army is just way too small. This cannot possibly defend me. Runs forward, clicks on the Colossus. Doesn't quite kill it, but there's just so little counter damage. Even when he shoves forward and doesn't get the pick, it's still like he doesn't lose that many units. The Immortal gets taken out. And Q are dancing in and out, picking off so much stuff. That Colossus is on 7 kills. 101 life, 100 shields. Second forge just came up in the main. Armor will now begin. SOS somehow surviving on 4 base. You know, this is the sort of situation I've seen max packs come back from many a time. Is it possible for SOS? I mean, I wouldn't think so, being such an underdog, but maybe I'm counting him out too early. He's got the Sentry. He's been good at using Guardian Shield and using that energy recharge consistently. He's trying to bait Stims out, which you can see he does there. The Medivacs insta-heal it up, though, because he's got so many Medivacs. If he snap recalls for the double drop, he might be fine. Double auto turret comes in. They didn't focus fire, though, so that does very little. Yeah, if he can control the watchtower, he can recall to the left, and he's not that far out of position. Gets a few Marauders, dude. SOS is fighting really well for map control. Double drop comes in. Oh, maybe he can defend with just a Zealot Warp in and a Colossus. The Widow Mines do pretty well, but hey, that's really good Colossus timing. That's kind of lucky for SOS, but hey, he's on 75 workers. He's taking a 5th in the top right. No way. Dude, is he actually going to survive in this game to late game? No, there is a problem in late game. I know I sound like a hater right now, but I'm just going to be very frank. SOS hasn't showed, like before he went to the military, he kind of was an excellent mid-game PvT player. But a lot of the Terran players had him pegged as not really having a late game. He basically would never go past this army he's on right now. So if Terran gets like range libs, for instance, he doesn't really have an answer. That's still a few minutes away. But keep in mind, there's pressure on SOS to catch up and survive here, but then also to finish the game before range libs. So he's got to make sure he does get back to max and then does something very quickly. Double drop is here in the main with the Raven as well. It's good to have the feedback as well. People are like, why do you hate on my favorite player? It is nice because, you know, there is absolutely awesome things that guys like SOS are doing right now. But Zealots going to come in 2-1 against 2-2. Is Q wasting too much time? If he's super confident in late game, no. But if SOS can find a way to do something awesome in late game, then that's really going to shock him. Second Robo goes down. It is behind the base. I don't think units will be walled off there. Stalkers blink forward. Couple Vikings go down, but the EMPs and Vikings take out a Colossus. Zealots run forward. SOS does control the watchtower for now, and that's really important. If he loses this tower, Q can branch top right very easily, and it's hard to stop. Or he can dive left. He's still got the drop over here as well. SOS has been F2ing by the looks of it. Hasn't left any Stalkers in his main, even though he knew this double drop was back there. But he has a new Colossus coming out. He's going to bring that back. We'll lose a Robo, though, and that is very unfortunate. Luckily for him, +3 attack did just finish. Q is focusing down the Forge, but it just got the really important upgrade, so it's actually not that bad. Colossus actually clicked on the Raven there. It wasn't attacking for a second. Okay, crazy engage. Q's army caught way out of position. I'd love to see the Stalkers get one more Viking. They try for it, but there's not enough of them. SOS floating a lot of money right now. He's only on 9 gateways. And like I said, once again, he pulls his whole army out, even though this drop could come back in. So control group management maybe failing a little bit for SOS. As, yeah, he keeps F2ing. All right. It's not the worst thing in the world, an F2 here or there, but when you're in these pressured positions where you've got to defend multiple angles, holding off the F2 allows you to just be a little bit more controlled in what you're doing. That's why I was so impressed that Q kept this drop here all game. It means he's never F2'd it out of position, or if he did, he instantly fixed it. And that's something I think a lot of the top Terrans have really learned from Maru. I think Maru was the first no F2 top Terran. Clem has made it a part of his play over the last few years. Massive change in the last 4 years of Clem's play, and the stopping spamming F2, I really credit as being one of the biggest reasons for that. 4 Colossus are there. Bio moving down the right side. Do we have range libs yet? Fusion core is up, but no range libs and no Caduceus reactor. Those upgrades are so vital. SOS's army really hasn't progressed. It's mostly just Zealot Colossus. Libs are going to be massive against this. Obviously, Vikings for now are fine. There is 5 Colossus, 10 Vikings. If the Stalkers focus them down, that'll do well. SOS really needs to lower his worker count, though, and get more army. He needs more Stalkers. Oh, Zealot Cannon trying to defend the top right. He doesn't have any energy for recall. SOS is going to counterattack here. It's a good choice. He's got to kind of force Cure to react to him. He's going to lose his top right, though. Very costly there. 3-3 is done for the Terran against 3-2 for Protoss. Stalkers come forward. Guardian Shield is there. The Colossus trying to fight. But, man, the Vikings are doing pretty darn well. How many? Oh, they're not focus fired, though. The Colossus? Oh, but there's... No, it's too good for Cure. Too good. And remember how well he did this. He still has a double drop up there as well. But I do think 90 probes was too many because SOS was maxed. And yet he couldn't win the fight on the front or the top right. And that's why, yeah, you want to get a high economy. But if you do that, you need to do things like Cannon Battery and Psy Storm to make up for your supply inefficiency. So remember, if you're playing more of a Zealot Colossus army, it's not the most supply efficient Zealot Stalker Colossus. So you actually often need to play on less workers or even workers of the Terran in the late game, and about 75, 80 at the absolute most. Stalkers blink forward, but the bio is going to clean it up. Cure looking pretty solid, but I got to say, I am shocked that SOS survived the 16 minutes. Yes, it's a big map where it's a little easier to hang on, but the fact that he's made this game so close is quite impressive. Comes back a few weeks ago, tweets, hey guys, I'm back, I'm looking for a team. Already taking a series to the 3rd map against the best or 2nd best TVP player in the world and getting to the 16-minute mark. Not a bad start for SOS, but Q is still looking rock solid. All right, guys, we've got REYNOR in the top right side. We've got Solar in the bottom left. And it's GSL, and it's a Zerg versus Zerg, a matchup where they've both gone 15. Wait, was that 13 Overlord for both of them, guys? Wait, I thought REYNOR had learnt the 15 Overlord. Has he not learnt the 15 Overlord? He's gone back to Hatchcast Pool. Oh, I wonder why. Is it just experience? Because we know 15 Overlord's more efficient for a standard 16 hatchery build order. Are both of these guys playing lazy, guys? Have they just not learnt the new build order? I'll keep an eye on game 2 and game 3. I know this is like such a nitpicky thing because it gives you like 10 more minerals, lets your hatchery get down like 1 or 2 seconds earlier. It's not a big deal. But it's just one of those things where I do sometimes look for these signs that a player maybe isn't as, you know, in tune with the current optimizations and stuff like that as they could be. And neither of the players doing it. A little bit interesting. Now, interestingly, spawning pool 1 space to the left is normally what you do, because then you can create a choke point with the queen. Solar did that. REYNOR did not. If Lings get in the base so the queen can't plug the gap there, that'll matter. It usually won't matter, but it is interesting that he doesn't go for that. Maybe just misplaced it slightly. Obviously, it's not worth cancelling or anything. You can always hide behind the minerals, but then you don't protect the workers as well. Whereas if banelings are coming in, you can put the queen there. The banelings have to either go around the left or around the right side to get into the mineral line. Both are pretty big diversions. And these delays of just 1-2 seconds here and there actually make a big difference in messy ZVZ situations. But hatchery first versus hatchery first. And REYNOR's delaying his Overlord a lot. Interesting. Overlord after link speed. Ah, okay. Alright. So Solar's got the Overlord out a bit early. And this does mean REYNOR built 1 more drone early. So he's mining a bit more now. But now you see Solar gets to start his next workers and Zerglings a bit faster. And both sides going to go out to take that 3rd in the near future. I think I've heard REYNOR's version is a little bit better, where you go for the slightly later Overlord. I always thought like 26 would be better, like what Solar did, but I think I heard someone tell me that REYNOR's version is better. We're splitting hairs here. A few minerals here or there, not going to make a big difference. Hatchery's going to take a bit of damage. Queen already moving out for Solar to defend. REYNOR's got to pull away. Good, pull away. Very nice micro. Baneliness comes down for Solar at a normal timing. REYNOR... Whoa! REYNOR's link flooding. Okay, REYNOR's going to link flood off 25 workers and go probably straight Roach Horn. He could go delayed Baneliness behind it. The danger with going delayed Baneliness, which he's doing, is if Solar chooses to do like a 2-base Roachbane counterattack, your Roach Horn is going to be very late as REYNOR. We'll see how it goes. He does lose a Zergling for a Zergling. And he's going to be going for quite a few Lings. It's going to be 9 plus 12. 21 Zerglings will flood across the map. Solar is going to see a few Lings coming. He sees a few more. He knows what's happening. And he did build his Baneling Nest at a pretty standard timing, about 249, 250, something like that. 2 Banelings morphing, 2 Queens up front. More Lings are building. Solar will need an Overlord here, and he remembers it despite the incoming charge. Scouts in the main with the Zergling as well. Zerglings into the third. Oh, my lord, Solar, you don't want to lose this. If REYNOR can get the third, it would be brilliant. He's not going to commit. No, I think that's the right call. Takes a good positive trade on the left side. Oh, he's still trying to get the hatchery, or at least thinking about it. A few Lings on the left there, poking in, poking around. Gets another Baneling cancel on the Cocoon. Very nicely done. REYNOR staying active. He's droning pretty hard as well. Good micro. Yeah, remember, it's GSL, guys. Both players aren't in the studio. They're in Korea, which is meaning they're going to be playing with no ping. I remember my first time going from Australia. It was back before there was an Australian server and going to train in Korea in 2012. And I remember that first time checking my ping and seeing it was 2 milliseconds. I was like, my lord, how is this possible? Korea has pretty good internet. Unfortunately, REYNOR's Queen gets surrounded. 3 more Overlords on the way behind this for Solar. Roach Warren's on the way for REYNOR. He's kind of hiding his, making it look like he might want to go for a Roach main. Roach Warren's already done for Solar, though. Roach Warren is up 5 drones. REYNOR has taken the worst end of the trades. He's also down on the drone count by 5 and not correcting that. Which means I think right now Solar's ahead 5 workers and committing to Roaches before him, which is just a massive advantage. Now, if REYNOR gets the third, it's all fine. Can't quite get the Baneling, though. Oh, he wanted to get the Baneling so he could overwhelm and click the third, but now the Roaches are here. He does go in with the Zergling. He's just going to click it. He's going to click it. Can he defend at home, though? Oh, it's expensive. Okay, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. That was super dicey. Yes, he kills the third, but right now, you're not mining off your third. So you have a little bit more lava available. What's that really worth? Got 10 Roaches building. He's going to need to defend with those 10 Roaches. I mean, I do think this puts REYNOR ahead slightly, but only if he manages this next step really well. This is a fake push for Solar, guys. Notice he's going Lair, Evo, and drones. He just wants REYNOR to build lots of army, and then he's going to pull home. He's going to poke up this ramp. He's going to gather his forces, and he's going to turn around and go home. See? Even there, he's just like, oh, look, oogie boogie, oogie boogie. Trying to act kind of scary, and he just goes home. REYNOR, no Evo chamber, no Lair. Down 5 workers once again in this game. And if you now go for a Roach counterattack as REYNOR, it's already been telegraphed. Because Solar knows he just forced you to build a lot of Roaches. He's going to be looking for it. And REYNOR goes back to droning, Lair and Evo, but he's simply doing it from behind. Excellent play by Solar. This is very clinical. And it's a great way to make up for the fact that, yeah, my third is late. That's fine. I'll just rebuild it. Threaten you. It's hard for you to tell how much I'm reinforcing this attack. And then, bam, back to droning. Back to macro. Solar should have a small lead in the mid game, though it's still going to be relatively close. Oh, another good trade for Solar over REYNOR. Oh, Waddly boys. Hey, not bad. Gets 3 drones. If you can get some Lings in there later, in the next like 20 seconds while those drones are still damaged, could be good. Solar's the one with map dominance right now. Roach speed much earlier for him. His +1 is also... This one's what, 10 seconds? This one's 56. About a 43-second advantage on the +1, which is pretty damn big. Now, REYNOR is one of the best at getting an Overseer out when his Lair finishes and then saving energy for Contaminate. Changeling for Solar comes in, sees a lot of drones on that third. And Solar's committing. Solar cuts workers, he's committing. It's a 5 gas. 5 gas, +1 Roaches. And REYNOR sends 2 Lings out, loses them. REYNOR needs to stop droning right now. Remember, REYNOR got caught a few times by Dark, droning to 70 workers, trying to take a 4th. In this case, he builds a spine. Oh, wow. Wow, that's perfect. If REYNOR just masses Roaches, Solar's so committed, you got a 6 worker advantage. Complete role reversal from earlier in this series. Don't get me wrong. Oh, he's building more drones. No, REYNOR. That spine is not that good. It's good, it's not that good. More Roaches, boy. More Roaches, boy. Now, REYNOR is committing to Mass Roach. Unless Solar built a massive advantage for himself, this attack should not work for him. Then again, +1 advantage is big. 2 spines go down for REYNOR. REYNOR's trying to get that defense up. I don't think spines are nearly as important as Roaches here. He's a little supply blocked, which is unfortunate. 3 Ravagers for Solar. Solar's going to drone behind this. It's not an all-in, and he does start +2. He wants to get a good fight, but look at that. Ravager goes down. REYNOR holds the high ground. Overseer in the main base just watching, having a little bit of a pervy-perv. Lings try to run past. They're going to go inside the main base at the same time. Bile's being dodged, but it looks like Solar's going to breach the ramp. He breaches the ramp here. Might be worth REYNOR pulling back. Definitely is. He's got a spine crawler behind. Ling's in the main, get 3 drones. Rocha's trying to deal with it, but REYNOR's busy microing on the front. Solar with that Ling run by, cracking open REYNOR's defense. But this angle into the spine Roach arc, a little bit of an overcommitment here for Solar, I do believe, but it's worth it because he's doing damage in the main. REYNOR, you can tell, a little bit tense right now. He had to split more units to defend that main. These Roaches weren't really fighting properly, and in the heat of everything, he's not started +2. So this is actually a very successful attack for Solar. Solar has traded almost 1,500 resources more positive, denied mining in the main, gets his 4th started earlier, his +2 way earlier, Tunneling Claws Burrow, Overlord speed. Solar's setting up for a more solid mid-game with harassment and potential game-winning possibility, and REYNOR just now starting +2, which means his +2 is going to be hitting 12, 13, so it's about 14, 15 seconds now. So it's a 55-second advantage on +2 now. The way REYNOR could even that up is with this Overseer. Does he get the Contaminate? Oh, he gets it. He does cast the Contaminate, and that should pretty much equalize the timing on the +2. You'll still be a little behind, but not too bad. So that's, like I said, REYNOR always saves the energy for that. But actually, Solar's got energy as well. But he doesn't know where it is, so he's just going to contaminate the lair. Spire goes down for REYNOR. Spire in this situation, guys, it's a little bit like investing in some wet spaghetti to try and, like, wet overcooked spaghetti. If you're, like, fighting, like, I don't know, like, Prime the Rock in, like, a fight, just like a wrestling match, and you're like, well, I have some wet spaghetti. I don't think mutas are good this deep in the game. But we'll see how they go. Roach Ravager's trying to hang out. Files on the spines. Roach is slipping by. Who needs to use Tunneling Claws? He doesn't even need to use Tunneling Claws. REYNOR's just too far behind now. Soul's previous attack was too successful. I think REYNOR was a bit too worried about the previous attack, and as a result, just didn't handle the Lings well enough. Even though he probably with this, you know, could have done it. I think the spines showed the paranoia, really, for REYNOR. I think I get why he built the spines. We are going to see the famous Ugu for REYNOR. As you guys know, REYNOR does often type Ugu when he's frantically slapping his keyboard. But yeah, I think when those spines came down in the natural, it's not really optimal. But I think it's just he realized he was supply blocked as he realized the push was coming. And he was like, oh, crap, I need more defense. That's always unfortunate. Yeah, bad supply block timing for REYNOR. He was behind. He wasn't that far behind. If he wasn't supply blocked and he just keeps building roaches here, it's much easier. And if he sent these roaches back into the main, along with that roach and then that roach, I think 4 roaches defends this, right? They're arguably not because his +1 wasn't finished. And Solar did a really good job of using the bios on the front to kind of break his concave a few times as well. Really nice game here for Solar. All right, guys, REYNOR in the top right side of the map. And Solar in the bottom left. And it turns out, guys, I have just found out apparently I cast these in the wrong order. So apparently that game I just cast was actually map 2, but we're just going to leave it since this is the order I'm casting it. I don't want to like fake cast as if I don't know what's going on and recast the game. We're rolling with it. Apparently I clicked on the wrong replay in the folder. I got distracted. I apologize. But hopefully this isn't like a series that goes 3 games and is a 2-1, but then we see Solar win this game and then it's like 2... Actually, well, no, it would be fine, right? I think it would be fine. Because... if it was a 2... Yeah, no, if it was a... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be a real problem. Anyways, fingers crossed. This is not a 3-game series that goes 2-0 Solar. Or 2-1 Solar. Because, and we see the 2-0 before seeing the 3rd game. Fingers crossed I didn't mess it up that bad. We'll see how it goes. It should be fine. 50% chance it's fine. Or maybe even greater than that. Turn on that sound there. We've got the hatch gas pool as well. It's a terrible intro to this game. I apologize, guys. Very standard hatch gas pool for both players. Nothing too crazy. And it does look like on Tokamak we are going to see that. Now, on this map, if you look at the architecture, you've got, of course, left path. You've got right path. These 2 choke points into the 3rd and the 4th. Nothing too crazy there. Pretty big size map. You've got gold bases in the middle with 4 gold patches. There are 4 blue patches as well. So you might think great base. But if you collapse these towers, they actually collapse rocks which crush all of the blue minerals, and in fact that gold patch as well. I think they only leave these 3 big gold patches. So same here. I believe this one will crush those 2, and this one crushes those 3. So I think I think these bases are like not very good, very vulnerable, and your opponent can just rock up and kill the mineral patches at any time they want. So pretty rare to actually get those minerals mined out. We'll see what happens. If you guys are watching live, please no spoilers, as I've kept myself mostly spoiler-free here, even though these replays they did send out a day late. We're going to be trying to cast most GSL days the following morning. That's what I did last year, and I thought it was a really fun format. Try to, you know, it's like less than 12 hours later, bam, I'm casting it on a more American-friendly time zone and trying to get through here as well. Zergling's going to be trying to come forward. Zergling's going to dance around. I obviously do, I mean, it's not like I keep myself deprived of social media. I do see like, oh, this player got out, this player fell out, that sort of thing, but keeping myself a little spoiler-free does help. Just means I don't know who won each map, how long they were. I don't know any of the specifics. Even if I could kind of do the math and comprise, oh, this player must win this map to progress or whatever. Just keeps it a bit more interesting because I find I'm just more curious. The less information I know, the more curious I am when I'm commentating because I'm kind of like, hey, how is this going to unravel? This looks pretty chill. Baneling Nest timing is near identical. You can see here, like this is rock solid. Solar builds 4 lings back to drones. Raynor is being very greedy, but no, he builds 6 lings just a few seconds later. Okay. So no big variation between the players. I think in this sort of game, usually getting a Roach Horn before about 350 is something a lot of players do, but on a big map like Tokamak, I actually think you can potentially do that later. Because it's a long map. It's hard to get Roach Bane across here. And ooh, quick Evo for Raynor in the production tab as he comes in with a scout. He also blocked Solar Scout at the same time. He sees the natural, relatively filled with drones. Just good info. This Zergling pulled back for Solar. Can Raynor block it? Solar could try to loop past, but he's just going to back away for now. 10 more drones on the way for Solar. 8 more for Raynor. Both sides droning really hard. Evo Chamber hidden in the back. So I think Raynor's going to go Carapace. He's got plenty of gas. +1. Ah, okay, he goes +1 range. Interesting. Not Carapace. Zergling scouts. He sees that Solar's droning. It's an economic arms race. Roachhorn goes down for Solar at a similar time to Raynor. Raynor is still blocking the entrance. Really good scouting denial. So Solar is the one who has to be a little more worried about all-ins here. And he goes Lair and doesn't have an Evo yet. His Evo's so much later. He's going to be so behind on upgrades. So if this just devolves to a Roach War, it's very Raynor favored. Raynor could do a Hatchery Tech +1 timing as well since his Lair hasn't started. It's pretty normal to start a Lair about now. 3 more Overlords building though. Look at the supply gap. Oh, he does build 1 more drone, but after that, it's purely going to be Roachy. Hatch Tech Roach timing with +1 range. The more Solar drones, the better it is for Raynor. If Solar just goes pure Roach, stops droning, it's very bad for Raynor. He's very, very committed right now. Oh no, he's going to scout the lack of a lair! Okay, well, Raynor has to go back to droning now. Solar builds a Spine Crawler and swaps into Roach production, realizing, okay, you're trying to go for a big Hatchery Tech timing. Now, it's obviously you could metagame and go, oh, he's definitely just going to... Oh, this Overlord's poorly placed. It should be over to the left a bit more. He does nonetheless see the Roaches coming. Massing his own Roaches is Solar. And he should be fine defensively, but no +1 range. Yeah, Solar! Oh my gosh. Solar does not realize this is a fake out. Raynor's faking out. He was planning to commit to it, but he swapped to a fake out because he knows being scouted won't work. Oh, Solar's trying to go mutas, that's why. Solar does drop a Spire now at 5 minutes 38. He's got quite a few Roaches of his own. He's going to go Mutiling Bane. He is getting Roach speed as well because he's already started with a few Roaches, but he's ahead on workers. If he gets Mutalisks out in good numbers, that's so bad for Raynor. Oh, Raynor canceled the lair. / never actually made it. What a psycho. He's going for a super delayed +1, knowing that Solar's going to go back to droning after the initial fake out. He did the fake out into the real attack. Oh, 300 IQ from Raynor. Solar boarded as well. Solar's going to 68 drones. Now he sees the Roaches coming. He's building a 4th hatchery. Oh no, Solar, you need to build 17 Spine Crawlers right this instant. He does not have money. He cancels his 4th hatchery. He's trying to throw up Spines, Roaches, Ravages, but the Spire's a bit too late. It's not going to be ready in time. And this is a massive 23 Roaches, 3 Ravages, Masslings coming in behind. He's going to run those in the natural. No Queen in the wall. Huge mistake for Solar. His Overlord saw the Lings coming. He should have had units in the wall, but he didn't. And the same thing that got Raynor in the previous game is going to get Solar in this one. Lings in there. Roach Ravager coming in. You want to focus these Spines down before they die, but look, he's focusing the Ravages for now. Is Raynor. Really nicely done. Biles down the Spine Crawler and 2 of his own Lings at the same time. And Solar did not see that one coming. And Raynor gets him down. Good mind games for Raynor. Letting the Ling in. This is a sign of excellent ZVZ. It's when you screw up and your opponent sees what you're doing. So the Ling gets in, sees what you're doing, and REYNOR turns this to his advantage. He builds 6 more drones, he lets this gas finish, he does a fake push, but he's already made up his mind that he's still going to do the attack. It's just a slightly later version. So he's already back to roach production, and he's just going to hide any new roaches that come out at the front. And this attack, he's going to go across, pull back, and the moment Solar sees him pull back, he knows that Solar's going to go, oh, you were droning this whole time you were running across the map. Oh, I've got a drone to catch up. I got to, you know. But it's a double fake, and that's so cute. It's you're faking a push to disguise the push that's behind it, which is just awesome. He even sees these last few roaches pop out, which convinces him, oh, you're kind of all in. You're still building units, right? But actually, oh, if he was paying, did Solar notice that? Because if Solar saw, actually, the fact that roaches are still popping there is kind of sus. That kind of gives it away. Yeah, this is the moment. So he does see roaches popping out here, but he also sees a drone. All he saw there was one roach and one drone. He didn't look at anything else. So Solar sees one roach popping, but he also sees a drone rally over. Very ambiguous. If he saw 3 roaches pop out, no drone rallying, he's like, oh, you are massing units. And he would probably keep making roaches. But wow. And actually, did Solar already went back to droning even here? Just because he didn't see any reinforce. Yeah, wow, he made the call to go drones so quickly. Now, you know what's funny, guys? Is he actually could have built his Spire much earlier. If he was building his Spire the entire time, he would have been completely fine, because he would have had Mutalisks out to defend the push. But he respected REYNOR, and sometimes respect gets you killed in ZVZ. GG, well played. All right, guys, game 3, and we are back in the right order. Glad this was not a 2-1. With the 2-0 getting revealed early. I mean, obviously it is a 2-1, but it wasn't a 2-1 with those two being the games. Solar is gonna... Actually, I guess it couldn't... Oh man, I'm so dumb. You guys are gonna have already pointed out why I'm so stupid. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about that because I am so dumb. It is gonna be Maganatha. Hatch first versus Hatchery first here. And looks like both guys once again are doing 13 Overlord. This is so odd. I wonder why neither of them is doing the 15 Overlord. I got used to it in like a day, but maybe it's because I'm just not hardcore these days, right? I don't practice that much, so maybe it's easier for me to just get used to a new opening. But that is interesting. We'll see how we go. I'm thinking about Mutalisks on this map, guys. It could be good. I think it was Dark who spawned on the top against Serral. He tried to go Mutalisks, and Serral was bottom right, and he killed him with just a stiff Roach Bane timing. I think Mutalisks are tempting here, but it's just not safe. Like, it's so hard to do that. In a game 3, it's kind of tough. It's an opening match, of course, GSL format, guys. You lose this match, you only get one more best of 3 before you're eliminated from the group. Loser faces SOS, winner faces Cure. All right, pulling off minerals onto gas. Interesting. So hatch gas pool into the natural expand. Scorpion, little drone. I love that the drone just looks like a bloody scorpion when he's in there, just swimming around, waving his tail. He's like, I gotta spread the biomass around, man. Basically, your job as a drone is you're jumping into a pot of biomass, and you just gotta stir it up real good so the structure builds nicely. It's like baking a cake, man. Just gotta, you know, and they're like, no, you're not meant to, don't stir vigorously. You've got to fold the mixture. You have to fold it. You got to get that silky texture. You're like, what are you talking about? Vague fold? How do I fold it? This is so confusing. To be fair, I do a lot of baking, a decent amount of baking these days. So I remember being confused by all the baking instructions a long time ago. Now I'm just like, oh yeah, it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, I actually do know what it means now. I've done enough Googling. Made a mean carrot cake the other day. All right, Ling's gonna poke in. Third hatchery down for both sides. Solar goes for the kind of front one, which is a bit of a better launching pad for an attack, you could argue. I do prefer this third. I don't know, something about just having the ramp in front to defend is nice. 2 Baneling nests on the way, 1 on each side. So both are playing solid right now. It's going to be a gentleman's match. I shall not gamble on a Dumbling Flood. Oh, I shan't either. No 2 base wall-offs into Roaches. But the question, like I said, is how much does a player commit to Roach aggression? How much does someone try to commit to getting fast Mutalisks up? I do think if you choose to go fast Mutalisks, there's, like, we saw in that last game that, like, there are games where your opponent 100% commits and not building the Spire and just swapping to Mass Roach is the best play. But because he was so far behind on upgrades, he couldn't really stick on Roach's Solar and actually ended up being his demise. Ling's going to rotate. Evo Chamber in the wall off for Reynor. Old school. Players rarely go for the fast Evo anymore. This is 2022 ZVZ, 2021 ZVZ. But ever since Solar wrecked Serral a bunch of times with Roach Bane timings in 2023, we saw people swap to the Roach Horn for safety and aggression. So Solar's playing the more modern style. Reynor's playing an older style. And oh, he's going Carapace with it. Ah, okay. So he's going to do a timing attack with it still. So the Carapace timing attack means your Zerglings are very tanky. Your Roach is quite tanky. And if your opponent gets a +1 range, you still can do really nicely. Here we go. Big Ling pressure coming out for Solar. Baneling's not quite ready. 2 drones in the open. Ooh, that's costly. Already 2 drones going down. A good pickup. You get a 3rd. That's a very successful attack. Oh, Lings, think about fighting the Queen. Bit of a crazy choice. And, oh, Reynor backs away from the Baneling. Should have sniped that. I would love to see Reynor backstab this base, but already 6 Roaches on the way. Wow. Is this a fake push out or a real push out? Oh, 9 Roaches. It's real. Look at how much supply Solar built. Solar almost built way too many Overlords, in fact, ahead of this. But, oh, the Lings. Reynor's Lings really dancing with the devil right now. But only loses 2 more drones and a Queen. Could have been worse. He needs to start building Roaches, though. Reynor, if he builds drones, he builds drones! Oh, and then he sees the Roaches right after queuing up 5 drones. He might want to cancel some of those or build Spines. He's got to react. He's got 7 Roaches of his own building, but there is already 22 Zerglings, 5 Banelings on the way. Solar committing to a very straightforward attack, and his Spines are a little bit late. I feel like they're not quite on time. Reynor still up 5 workers. He's got, how many Roaches are going to be? He's going to have 11 Roaches against 11. But he needs more Banelings, and he needs to keep these Banelings alive. He needs to keep the Banelings alive, and the Roach is already getting surrounded. This is bad start. Bad start for Reynor. 2 Banelings go down. Drones in the 3rd getting ransacked. Spinecrawler does fall almost immediately. Oh, damn. Solar's just a bit too quick here, using the momentum. Carapace upgrade's going to kick in a little bit too late as well. It's not really going to help here. Oh, great momentum as he just catches Reynor a little flat-footed here, trying to squeeze that early upgrade in. And like I said, just decisive commitments. It's exactly what Solar did to Serral in 2023 and completely changed the meta to delayed Evo, fast, Roach Horn. It was the decisiveness with which Solar did this attack. Remember, he eliminated Serral 2 big tournaments in a row. Did Solar, and he changed the meta. He removed Mutalisks from the meta largely because the threat of these Roach Bane attacks. Reynor actually comes in from all sides, but you can see the power of the Ling reinforce, even though the Roaches have armor, and it's a very powerful upgrade, Roach versus Zergling as well. He just doesn't have the numbers. He's got no damage left. And Reynor, he's only down 1 worker, but he just can't get his units together. Spawning like this, already pre-surrounded by Zerglings, essentially, is so nasty. Solar droning hard behind it. He doesn't need the kill. He's already done enough damage, and he's already going up to the mid-50s on workers, and a lair behind this. Might even be thinking about going for... Oh, wow, the hatchery snipe. I was going to say he might be thinking about a Mutalisk swap as well, but he's just so far ahead. And Reynor on 2 base, really struggling. Sends a new drone out to retake the 3rd. But the Lings can pivot for a counterattack. Reynor's going to see it coming. He has to pull back to defend that. He's going to try and rebuild the 3rd and re-drone up. Meanwhile, +1 range finally coming in for Solar. It's a very late upgrade, but better late than never. And this is just where ZVZ is so hard to play this kind of bit more reactive, bit more greedy, bit more defensive. I think you need to be picture perfect on defending. If you're playing Reynor's style, you can't be losing like a Queen and a few drones at your 3rd. Those little things, like when he saw the Lings coming, he should have known what was happening, immediately pulled the drones, and got the Queen to the choke point. And that's such a small thing. But these are the small things that allow you to... Because technically Reynor can survive these situations. I don't think that Solar's build is better, or his style is better. I just think it's easier to execute. Therefore, it's often better in terms of results because players tend to play very imperfect StarCraft games. But there is technically a way you could win with REYNOR's opening, of course. But it's just, you have less room for error. And that's what Solar's style has always been about this, man. Solar's style has always been have really good early game macro and then go effing kill the guy. Like, you know, we talked to him about what his style is. For Pigfest, and he was saying, oh, you know, I play a lot like Sue. I kind of like looked up to how he played, and I tried to just copy him, have really sick openings, and then just kill people with timing attacks. Like, I like that style of Zerg. That's what I like to do. Sue did it better than anyone, and I kind of copied him. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, I never realized that he took inspiration directly from Sue, because he does have his own flavor. But really nice execution here in this series, and just once again displaying. You know, I've criticized Solar watching him because as a caster, watching him play Zerg versus Protoss was really painful for a few years. They just queen walk every single game. It's just which version of queen walk, Roach Ravager, Ling All In would he do? But I mean, the proof was in the pudding. He kept beating people with it. So it's like you can't hate on someone for doing what wins games, and that's exactly what Solar's always been brutally effective at: finding what wins and perfecting it, turning it into an art form, and forces out the Ugu from REYNOR. GG, well played. I want to show you guys that hold on the Ling Bane. Let's talk about exactly what REYNOR needs to do better. Such a small thing, but... Oh, is REYNOR's Overlord positioning not good enough, maybe? Where, does he have 3? Okay. Alright. Okay, so at this point, REYNOR sees a few Lings. Doesn't see a lot, and he also doesn't have vision of the most direct route across the map. I think REYNOR's Overlord positioning is actually a big mistake here. Now, this map's tough because there's a lot of angles to cover, but not... Like, if he just rallies across the map, you might get a glimpse of Zerglings there, and then you won't see them till they're here. This is REYNOR's error. REYNOR's error is basically new map, not being fully prepared for it. Now, obviously, if the Overlord's further forward, it could get sniped by Queens, but you have to risk that. This Overlord should be here. It should not be down here. I think this Overlord's fine where it is. He could still sneak around. That's just big maps like this with big spread out paths. That's the way it is, right? There is an argument you should bring a third Overlord over as well, but I think I like what he's done with these 2 Overlords, watching these access routes. I really think, though, that's a huge mistake. Because remember, you're meant to see these Lings coming, pull the Queen back, pull the drones back, and also morph the Banes a little bit earlier. Where is his Baneling making? I have no idea. Oh, he's making the Baneling pretty far back as well. It's kind of nestled in behind the Baneling nest, so it has to wiggle its way out. Alright guys, so we identified where things went wrong. This wasn't the biggest Ling Bane pressure, but REYNOR just didn't react quick enough. He didn't pull the drones because of a lack of vision. This Overlord just moved up here. Before here, there was a mistake from REYNOR. If we go back even 10-20 seconds in this game, notice he doesn't actually have vision. This Overlord moves away to cover this access route out of the third, but he forgets to move this Overlord north, which means right now when there's a Ling there, he's fine. And the moment that Ling's gone, he's in the shadows. And that means Solar can run through here, and even though he gets a glimpse of a Zergling, unlikely he notices that. And that's just a huge mistake for REYNOR, who doesn't see it till it's here. And that's why this Overlord should have been moved up here earlier. That's why he loses 2 drones. That's why he loses a Queen here as well. Remember, the Queen does get sniped a little bit later as well. So it's 2 drones. Second wave gets the Queen, catches him out of position. His Banelings are a bit too clumped. And it kind of just leaves him reeling from this early game, where because of that, he over-drones, doesn't see the Roaches. Look at this. Look at this timing. Look at the drones queue up right now. He sees the Roaches, but he hasn't looked at it, and he just queued up another 4 drones. Whereas if those were 4 Roaches, I think this is an entirely different game. Really great play by Solar, tight timing attack, and REYNOR, the smallest mistakes, costing him big time. Alright, guys, it's the winner's match. Cure in the top right is already sending 2 SCVs out. I think there's going to be a third as well. Solar in the bottom left. It's ley lines. We've seen a lot of proxy barracks from this location up here on this map recently. So Q is mixing it up, and he's going to go down the bottom. This SCV, are we moving out? No, it's a 2 barracks. Oh, okay, we're just doing a 2 barracks. Okay, old school. 2 barracks Marine Proxy. And let's see what can happen, man. Oh me, oh my. All right, double barracks coming out there. We've got the Overlord coming out. It's a 15-15 for Solar. 15-15 is very good against this because your queens come out so early. This might just be a shutdown because that spawning pool at 1 minute and 2 seconds, you're going to get your queens 11, 12 seconds earlier than normal. You are going to absolutely destroy 2 Barracks Marine. 3 Barracks Marine can still cause problems, but I really think 15-15 should shut this down. Now, I could be wrong. You never know. Maybe Cure's micro is out of this world and Solar gets caught off guard. And especially if Solar's only building 1 Zerg, like if he doesn't realize it's coming for a while, it could still hurt. Oh, he's going to do triple bunker. Triple bunker. Guys, this SCV, look at this. The Overlord sees it and is like, oh, you did a barracks and then you sent the SCV to scout. That's a normal build. The last thing you're expecting is 2 other SCVs to sync up with it. See, he's getting ready. He's getting ready. And now, he's got to go now. 3, 2, 1, go! He's going to go for the triple bunker wall. Oh, this is so dirty. Solar, does he see it? Oh, he doesn't see it. He has no idea. He has no idea until now. Now he sees the SCVs with the triple bunker starts just before the creep is ready. Oh, that's so disgusting. Spinecrawler does build over there. But remember, bunkers build in 29 seconds. Spinecrawlers take 36. Very quick response by Solar. But I don't know. Is it going to be enough? Man, he's going to try and break this bunker on the bottom to get through. Will it work? There's 2 Marines behind. Will it work? The Marines paused their attacking a bit too long there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dude, is this actually just a good hold? Might be Queens and Zerglings as well as that early Spinecrawler already almost ready. 1 Marine's going to go down and another. Solar needs to pull back now. Solar's already chased too far. You got to go home. Does lose 6 drones. Leaves 1 drone down here that's still down there just hidden. Oh, the bunker finishes. There's nothing inside though. Spinecrawler is going to move forward. Queens are going to try and stop these Marines getting inside the bunkers. He's got to focus fire those Marines if they try to jump on it. There's no selling these bunkers, but Overlord will go down. It's stuck outside the base. 15 drones against 20 SCVs. Gas is on the way. It's only 2 barracks, which means it's not as committed, even though he went for the triple bunker. 15-15 does hold on against the Proxy. But the Marines in the SCV, they find another drone. It does feel like a very awkward position as Solar moves his Overlord back closer to the safety of the high ground. Single Ling goes across the map, Command Center goes down. And you know what? It's totally fine for Cure, guys. Triple bunker does not get up successfully, but he baits so many drones out. And this gas is not good. Oh, Solar, it's only 2 barracks. He thinks it's 3 barracks. Oh no, you don't need extra spines. Dude, he's literally floating his barracks home. He only has 7 Marines. Oh no. Oh wait, the League's gonna get an SCV. Oh, he doesn't target it. He lets the SCV live. Oh, Solar, okay, cancels the spine, but I don't even think he should be mining gas right now. I think Solar should literally be doing nothing but minerals, injecting, and spreading creep for the next little while. Oh, the Overlord's going to get caught on the way home, isn't it? Because the barracks are going to fly back by here. Oh, great follow-up here for Cure going for the 3rd command center. This is cool, man. Is this Maru's famous build from 2016? 2018. 2018 was when Maru spammed the Proxy 2 racks. Every single series against Zerg. Every single series. He didn't do the triple bunker though. It was much more of a light pressure with like a faster gas. This gas is not as quick as Maru did it. So it's not really that build, but the very initial start is very similar. Extra barracks goes down pre-starport, guys. That's going to be 3 barracks follow-up. Trying to get up lots of bio rather than focusing on the early starport. And dude, if he cancels the 3rd! Oh my gosh. If he moves in, okay, luckily for Solar, he's just going to lose a drone. And not even that, he pulls the drone away. That's actually really good. If he just started the 3rd and lost it, that'd be so bad. Stuck on 2 base having to build Zerglings, though. Not what he wants right now. And that costs Cure nothing. Beautiful move. Beautiful. This build is vintage 2018, first bottled 7 years ago by the great Maru. It has cheesy undertones with a hint of a macro transition behind it. Often favoured by a more refined Terran player. One who enjoys mixing in variety with their macro games. Indeed. I do enjoy that description, Twitch chat. Thank you very much. It's a collaborative commentary when we cast whole days of StarCraft like we do the day after GSL comes out. We've got 5 best of 3s to cast. A lot of matches. We can't just be all hardcore serious analysis all the time. 3rd hatchery's coming up there as well. Extra gas comes up. A lot of people try to go double Evo after having a bad start like this, like Solar did. Knowing him, he's still going to go Lair Baneling Nest. Man's addicted to quick baneling speed. All right, double eBay goes down in the wall off. It's not the fastest, but he's already got a double drop moving across the map. The Ling will not see it coming. Oh, that's unfortunate. I do not think he'll be ready. Baneling Nest does go down, like I said, Lair Baneling Nest. Yeah. I knew it. This is just Solar to a T. Solar has certain things he does not like to live without, and one of them is Bane speed. He very rarely skips it. Queens are in position with a Spine. Spine might actually save his bacon. He can pull back his queens and get... Oh, he's only got one transfuse, and that's the most exposed queen! Oh, luckily Stim's not done. Okay, that was kind of lucky, otherwise he might have lost 2 queens. Queen's going to pick up, go towards the main base. That single queen goes to intercept. Intercepting a double drop with just 1 queen always feels a bit weird, because yes, you want to get those hits, but you also don't want to lose the queen. Drones have to run. Good pull away by Solar. Queens are here. We go for the spawning pool. I don't think Q is going to come out. I think he just gets out. Oh! Crazy guy. Transfuse. Does not get the spawning pool. Like I said, yeah, a bit of a surprising commitment there for Cure. But doesn't lose too much stuff. Doesn't have his armor upgrade started. He needs to correct that. Does go for his supply drop here. His macro is a little sloppy. But that's the price you pay for putting on this amount of pressure and making the Zerg's build absolute garbage. Double Evo Chambers just now started. Drone moving out to take a 4th base. Solar is on 67 workers. He could definitely get back into this game, but it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Oh, he's finding fresh tumors. It's not a tumor! Scan. Does clean up all of that front creep. SCVs and mules not quite going down. Good attempt for a run by. It costs Solar nothing, but it's good to try to do these moves. But Q is defending very well. 4th and 5th barracks seem kind of late, but you got to realize he's been pumping out at 3 barracks so early. That's why he has so many Marines on this map. Slows down your extra production, but hey, you've got an army on the map right now. It's very hard for Solar to contend with. There are more Marines than Zerglings on this map, and it's never a good sign. 4th base is vulnerable. He scans ahead. I think it's a good call. And you know when the Terrans stim A moves at your Ling Bane that you're in trouble. Good pullback. Good siege on the single tank. Denies the 4th. Solar. Oh, he's kind of screwed now. What does he do? He's got to take the 4th down the bottom. He needs that 4th hatchery to get back in this game. He's going to need to build a macro hatchery as well, I think. He's on 4 Gasling Bane, which is probably the right way to play this. 4 Gasling Bane. Just massling Bane, and I think Solar needs to be very counterattack minded. At this point, you basically can't win a front-on game. So as Solar, you need to be very proactive. Grab Ling Bane, hide it down here, get some spotters. When you see him move on the map, counterattack his natural. Blow up the depot, get in there, kill as many SCVs as you can. Like, he needs to start doing some cheeky stuff, basically. Oh, don't build the hatchery, no! Okay, luckily the Marines killed the drone before it started the hatchery. So at least he doesn't lose extra minerals, but Queen and an Overlord do go down, and Q are finding damage. The same drop medevacs from the start. Heavily wounded. Oh my lord, that's so dangerous where he's flying this. What is he doing? Whew, Q. 70 workers against 70. No 4th command center for Terran as far as I can see. Reactors are building. Still building Marine tank. Oh, that creep tumor survived. That's really good for Solar. He realizes the creep's still spreading here. Another scan would be worth. Oh, got to spread some Marines out back. Q with siege tank in the rear, very exposed. Solar's still not countering. I can't believe he's not countering or cutting off the reinforce. Like I said, you're never going to win a front-on game when you've had this bad of a start, but Solar's really not digging deep into his bag of tricks. He's playing very front-on, and I always admire a guy like Dark, who when things get messy, grabs 80% of his army, shoves it in for the base trade, gives up his 4th. Like, you've got to do something like that. You can't just play standard. He goes for it now, but it's a bit too slow. And now he needs to turn this into a flank. Bring this army down here to the bottom right. Flank this force. Maybe he can break this while keeping Q scared at home. Solar's got to get something done. He's just going to give up the base. Oh, this one's not even done, though. This feels like sand's dripping out of the hourglass for Solar to make a play to get a victory. Because, you know, it's not like Q has been super macro-focused, but that's still a good enough 4th CC. 3 more barracks. I think you have to make a big play. It's a small map. It's cramped. It's hard to do it. But I'd like to see Solar do something desperate, even if it fails terribly. I think if we don't do something desperate, if we don't take a big gamble, we're dead anyway. Come on, Solar. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. I think that command center is a good target. It's a very good target. If he steers around this... Oh, Scan sees him, though. Okay, he pretends to move south, and then as soon as the scan runs out, he's going to go back north. Siege tank in the open. Marine tank trying to move forward. Widowmine starting to come in as well, or at least a Widowmine is. My gosh, what's his Marine count? 90! 90 Marines. Solar, cut off that reinforce. Oh, it's pushing forward, Cure. Very methodical right now. So many Marines deep on creep. I think he cares. Oh, here we go. Big fight. Oh, that's so many Marines. Ling Bane does clean up the the reinforce. The Marines moving forward. The Banelings cannot connect against that many Marines, man. There's just not enough for Solar. He's going to have to tap out. Cure Ed from early on in that game. I'm saying Solar should try something desperate. Honestly, it probably would have just made him lose the game sooner. Can't hate on it too much, but I would like to see him realize, hey, I'm far behind. Let's do something crazy. Looked a little bit too standard from behind, and you really need to be much better than your opponent to bring it back against a guy like Cure when you're this far back. GG, nice game one for Cure. All right, guys, we've got Cure in the bottom right side of the map. Up a game. Going on to Pylon. Top left side, Solar. It's funny that a Zerg and a Terran are fighting on Pylon. Now this map, it has little obelisky pylons. It also has actual giant pylons, really cool looking ones. I like those. There's another type, right? This map's kind of cool. It's got, oh yeah, it's also got these sparkly juice pylons, magic fairy dust pylons, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, kind of cool. Nice theme to the map. I also love these kind of like weird base places where these like scratched glassy plates or something. I don't know. It's like weird. I always wonder, is there like another level below there or what? Also, what is that? Is there like a... Oh, there's this... Oh, they're tiles. I guess they're just reflective tiles and some of them are broken there. Ah. Interesting. Pig, when is the next Pigsty? Well, Pigsty Festival, we'll have to do 7 after... We're going to do Pigsty Festival after, what do you call it? EWC. EWC is in July, because it's going to be very busy until then. Next few months is going to be kind of crazy. We're talking to Clem about it after Pigfest, and I was like, yeah. Said he was going to Korea to train for a bit. Then there's Dallas. DreamHack Dallas is coming up. We've got 2 GSL seasons right now. I'm not sure if Clem's going to be able to play the second GSL season at all. But then you've got Home Story Cup. Before that, we've got the... Bulgarian tournament. What's it called? Stara Zagora. Which is going to be another big tournament, another qualifier for EWC. So probably August at the earliest, I would say, for Pigfest 7. Probably August, September. That's what I'd guess. Oh, welcome back, Yake. Thanks for hanging out. All right, so we're going to get to see Solar play a much more standard game this time, guys. This is what he was hoping for in game 1. Cure got himself a nice, easy win, and really happy with that. Third hatchery goes down after Ling Speed. And that's interesting. We're seeing so many players go back to this really safe, fast Ling Speed. Cyril was doing the same thing, right? Against Clem, and he was really struggling against Clem until he started delaying his Ling Speed to be a bit greedier. Little advantages make a big difference. You might think it's not a big deal, but that 100 minerals, 100 gas does make quite a difference early on. And what does it help you against? It helps you against 2 Rex Reaper. We know it's not 2 Rex Reaper. Our Overlord already scouted this, right? We already came in and saw there was no barracks on the natural on the way past. What else does it help with? It also helps against the first 2 Hellions diving in. But that's especially a problem if there's not a 3rd command center. You can see there is a 3rd command center. So with a 3rd command center, these 2 Hellions, by the time they come out, drive across the map, this Ling Speed will be finished for a little while. And I would say it's actually pretty rare that people really dive with those first 2 Hellions anyway. And even without Ling Speed, it's not necessarily, oh, I'm going to take crazy damage. So I don't mind it, but I would like to see if we go game 3, Solar delay the Ling Speed a little bit more if he sees no 2 Rex Reaper wall off. Chat saying, wow, I thought there was no more GSL in the future. I'm happy to see this. Yeah, welcome to StarCraft for the last decade. I thought StarCraft was dying. This might be the last GSL. This might be the last DreamHack. And people, like, every year we go through the same cycle. And don't get me wrong, we had a bigger off-season than ever. There was even more unsureness about what was going to happen this time. But like, I feel like I'm just in doing Groundhog Day, except it's everyone going, are we never going to have any more StarCraft tournaments ever again, Pig? Oh. And I'm like, no, I'm not worried at all. And everyone's like, wow, you're in denial. A few months later, everyone's like, wow, it's so great to see all these tournaments are back. I thought StarCraft was done. And I'm like, am I like the only guy that's not surprised after being here for a decade of saying everything's about to fall and end? There's freaking millions of people that love this game and watch it all the time. It's not just going to completely disappear. Don't get me wrong. Things will go up and down, but I do get a little bit annoyed that like it's not that I repeat myself. I don't mind repeating myself. It's that people then get angry at me and say I'm in denial every single year. And I'm like, I'm not saying the scene's going to be big and massive. StarCraft scene's been shrinking very gradually, very slowly for a while. ESL Pro Tour closing definitely hurts. But I don't know. It's it's just this thing where people just think like StarCraft's just going to disappear overnight. I think it's all, maybe it stems because a lot of people come from, you guys know there's a lot of games out there that aren't really esports. What I mean by that is there's no competitive scene without the developer going, hey guys, this is an esport. Here's $5 million. Come play our game. And then obviously people will play it. People will make money. People will make like careers out of it, right? You're putting up tons of money. Why not? Games like StarCraft, Counter-Strike, Dota have always had esports scenes when there was zero money or very little money. People were like, yeah, let's play tournaments. I want to be the best at this. I care about being the best at this. I want that prestige. This game's fun and satisfying to play. You know, there's actually a sort of grassroots competition and enjoyment of the game that goes on. It's not like a Smite or one of these 400 League of Legends, you know, copies or Battle Royale games. They're like, look, we're at esport too. So a lot of those games, I guess when the developer support ends, the scene actually like shrinks like crazy. Blizzard stopped support for StarCraft a while back, and game's still plugging along, even though there's like literally things that kind of break the ladder experience. Oh, I love the single Zergling. 3 drones to 2 Banshees is not too bad. I think he's fine with this. 8 queens are out. Where's the other queen squad though? Oh, where's the other queen? Did he pull every queen into the main? Guys, am I blind? Where are the other queens at? Oh, here they are. They're on the low ground. Okay, he's defending. Oh, he gets a Banshee. That means he's open to the Hellions right now with only 23 Lings. It is only 6 Hellions, though. I'd say this is a good hold for Solar. 73 drones, and now he just masses Ling Bane while going Hydras. This is excellent. He's not even that far behind on Carapace against the +1 attack. Yeah, this feels really good for him. Now, I haven't really looked at the architecture too closely on Pylon, guys. There are some nice, like, bridges and things. Like, there are some really good tank corners there, tank corner there. Oh, the tank corner there. There's actually some delicious tank spots. This base, oh my god, these ledges are disgusting. You can go tank there, tank there, tank there. You've got, like, 3 adjacent corridors? Oh, get out. Don't take this base. No, 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 you should be taking this base, Soul. This is a way better area to defend. It's more wide open here. Because you're further away from it. I think this is a bad base for Solar to take. I would never fight an army, Terran army head on there. Alright, Marine stimming forward. Queen's coming in. Ling Bane getting ready for the flank. His bridges could be hard. The wrapping around these corners on these bridges, because there's a blocker in the middle. If that blocker wasn't in the middle, it'd be a bit better. But dude, this is a very scary attack. It's only 5 barracks. Combat shields isn't done yet. Ling Bane get a counterattack. Only 1 Banshee to stop it. Lings are in there. There's a lot of Banelings to spend on a counterattack, though. Oh, but he runs his drones away. Oh, I love the call to run the drones away. I love this move for Solar. Oh my gosh, that's so sick. Does lose a bunch of queens on the front, though. But the hatchery's not even dead yet. And I think refusing to fight in that really good spot for Terran was a really good move. He's got to get these Lings out now, which he will do. Transfers drones to the top right. Okay, fair call. I see why we took the top right now. I think he should retake this base soon after it goes down, though. I'd actually love to see him grab 80% of his army and go across the map and keep scouting. And if Cure moves forward again, you can do another counterattack, but even bigger. Escalate it from the last one. Killing 20 workers is amazing. 76 workers. He's going to grab an infestation. +2 Carapace starts at an almost identical timing to +2 attack. As long as Solar gets forward on the map, I want to see this Ling Bane over here, ready to pounce on that third yet again. Army's in the middle. There's a big army at home. Only 1 tank on the high ground. He's going to move forward to reinforce. Solar's army, you can see this terrain is kind of ridiculous on Pylon, guys. There are some really nasty angles for Terran to take advantage of. Dude, I'm kind of shocked that Solar didn't veto this map looking at the terrain. This terrain's so good for Terran. But counterattacks are what you do. If you don't want to fight into a bad spot, counters are always what you do. Oh, great run by again. And Q is going to have to push further forward. I guess if he goes tanks there, it's still a pretty decent kind of choke point. Gonna move in. Link's picking off some depots. Lingbane Hydra count's pretty good. 1-1's on the way. 12 Marines coming out at the time. It's an 8 racks. It's very all in. And you've really got to cut off the reinforce from behind. If this Lingbane can thrust through from behind, he could cut it off. He missed a tank though. Another tank gets forward. There's 5 tanks on this map. 4 of them are on the front now, or at least 3. Now 4. He's letting him through. Solar keeps letting him rally through to this army. Solar has to cut off that rally today. He's taking a bit too long. His units become very blurry when they run over that bridge. Oh my gosh, that is not good for my eyes. Lingbane Hydra rolls it. He's going to go for it. He goes for it. Massive Lingbane attack from both sides. The Hydra's up front. The Banes. The Banes. The Banes. They don't connect. The Banes do not connect. Oh no. Solar not able to get the Banelings on top of the Marines. And the Marine Hellbat triumphs. The tank survives. Oh man. I thought Solar did this game so excellently. But he let him reinforce 2 extra siege tanks. 2 extra siege tanks. He could have cut that off earlier. And you cannot let a Terran rally to the front. And then when he did attack, it felt like just a little bit half-cocked, right? Just a little bit half-cocked. Now, did he just not have enough Banelings up here or what? He has quite a few Banes here. Unfortunately, some of his units do get stuck behind. And I guess he just didn't quite have the numbers. You know, arguably, this is just something I'm figuring out on the fly, because obviously great 2-0 for Cure, guys. But, you know, new maps, new patch, all that sort of stuff. We want to analyze a little bit. In hindsight, he should have brought some Hydras and an Overseer here. I know that's a weird detail, but I'm just thinking, like, as you get really, really good at maps like this, imagine if he has like 6 or 7 Hydras that just move command there with an Overseer for high ground vision while he's attacking with the other sides. Obviously not on their own. They'll just get gunned down. But yeah, maybe that could have done some stuff. I definitely think cutting off the reinforce would have been big, but you could see this map has got some nasty positioning. So hats off to Cure for using it correctly. I think Solar had the right idea, buy time, refuse to fight in the good spots, keep buying time. Perhaps he could have had just more Zerglings here as well. Looks like he had a 176 supply block. He was going for like a hive. I think arguably he just could have had a bit more army here as well. 15 Hydras, maybe a little bit too many. I would have liked to see some Hydras actually with the Lingbane flank as well. But definitely letting those last 2 tanks slide through, a bit of an error. Cure, though, gets first place in the group. 2-0. Easy for Cure. He is looking so good right now. GG, well played. All right, guys. We've got REYNOR in the losers match here up against SOS. SOS going for an instant scout to block REYNOR from expanding. Now, REYNOR expects this, so he's going to go for a 15 hatchery. No, he doesn't. He's already built an Overlord. Never mind. Yeah. All right, REYNOR's going to go out for that 16 hatch. Takes it on the 3rd, though, as a 17 because he did get blocked. And SOS happy to obstruct his opponent's opening. Does cost a lot of minerals, though, sending that worker across at the very start. Now, can SOS stop REYNOR? I feel like this matchup presents so many problems for SOS. If I think about SOS skill set, he odd timing attacks with Twilight or Robo off 2 base, or 2.5 bases, could find the mark. I kind of feel like there could be some really dirty Stargate play as well. Could he find a way to work some kind of... Maybe just Void Ray opening might be the way to play for SOS. I mean, denying scouting, it feels like it's got to be... You'd imagine that's what SOS would do, but we'll see what he's got in store for us. Alright, Probe's trying to harass. Drones are mining there. The Nexus coming up. Cybercore behind it. SOS with a bit of a hero wall. Not a bad one, though. It's one of the better hero wall-offs. He's going to go Cybercore. Wait. Okay, yeah, second gas. Second pylon will go down on 22, usually. Not sure why he pulled this probe off. Okay. That's fine. It's just a small detail. It's a little odd. 2 Lings start. The Queen starts up. Second Queen begins. Normally, it's just because he had another probe pop out that could have built the pylon, but it doesn't make a big difference. And he's pulling off minerals onto the second gas as well. Okay, that's bizarre. Interesting. This man really wants to go double Stargate, I guess. Gonna Chrono and Adept. Adept is rallied into the back of the main. It's like a scouting denial. Adept. He's gonna build a Stargate as well. Does feel a little tricksy from SOS. REYNOR here does a little extractor trick to get out one more drone. Overlord about to pop. He's ready for that 31. Is it 31 or 32 third hatchery? Not building the third hatchery just yet, Reynor. Okay. Squeezes in the third queen before the third hatchery. Interesting. I do like that adjustment when you're forced to take the third base. I think it's hard to defend that third. He also gets Creep Tumor out immediately to try and connect his bases. This is smart. Yeah, this is him just saying, look, if you double Chrono Adepts or something, it's going to be easier for me to deal with. But SOS, it looks like he's just going to send 2 Adepts across now, right? Maybe, maybe not. Void Ray first, no surprises. Reynor should absolutely be prepared for this. If I, in the first 30 seconds of just thinking about what the players are going to do against each other, thought of this, I'm sure Reynor did. And I don't think Reynor's thinking about timing attacks. I think he's just thinking about just don't die to silly SOS builds. Very late on that inject. He had about 15 energy extra banked up there. Well, it was like, sorry, it was 10, 11 extra energy. 4 gases. Yeah, that second Stargate fleet beacon goes down now. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Robo Twilight odd 2 or 2.5 base timings or some sort of Stargate play with the Void Ray deny scouting and do something really dirty. Maybe double Carrier, maybe double Tempest. Something that really isn't going to rely so much on your speed. It's going to rely on you hiding what you're doing, being sneaky, and trying to catch Reynor off guard a little bit. See what can happen there. Hatchery in the natural coming up. We've got 2 queens in the main, 2 queens at the third. 4 queens out, 5th one on the way. Third Nexus being so slow gives you a lot less economic viability behind this build. Means if Reynor can get a lair up really fast, get into a Spire, he's going to be well set up to defend it. Even if you build Void Ray, Spire is still very good. There's Tempests. Yeah, he's going to try and pick off some queens. Maybe kill a hatchery. He does go for the building damage. Void Ray did force a Spore trick. I mean, he's doing decent harassment. For Reynor, the real worry is how does he know what's going on? So he's not rushing lair, which means, yeah, he's not going to have the best response to this. But there we go. No, he does squeeze it in. 440. Okay, I was going to say, yeah, getting a Roach Horn is important because it could be a Zealot or Glaive Adept all in or something. But basically, the idea is you should stay active with your Lings, deny him taking a third, but most importantly, spot any sort of move out the second it leaves the base. Like, these Lings, I think, should be a little bit more active here for Reynor. That gateway is actually a prime target. Just click the gateway, and you actually get really good... Oh, he just lets him in! That's why you don't build the friggin' hero wall on the corner! Oh my gosh, I've talked about this so many times. Players still do it. Well, jig's up. Guys, if you're gonna do this wall off, put the pylon an extra space further forward. Otherwise, you're defending on a diagonal. Technically, you can be well positioned there, but it's just harder to place. If you build the choke point between the gate and the cybercore with a normal person's wall off, you know, the optimized wall offs that we've always done, that doesn't ever happen. This is really bad for SOS. It's a sneaky build. You're not meant to let him know. Now he instantly goes Spire. If I sound angry, guys, it's because I've just seen... It's such a dumb mistake that Hero makes all the time, and I didn't think SOS would be doing the same lazy thing that Hero does. Tempests are on this side of the map. They will take out the spores pretty quickly, but he's on a timer, man. His third base not being up yet. Oh, he's in so much trouble. Oh, I love this! Okay, SOS is going to slide in with 2 adapts. Come on, SOS! Come on! Reynor's been playing League of Legends, right? You can take him out. Former 2-times world champion against the 1-time world champion Reynor. Adepts coming in, they're going to get 4 drones, 5 drones, going to get any more. Get 6, not bad. Tempest, he has not lost a Tempest yet. He gets the Spore down, gets rid of a gas, starts picking off some drones. He's dancing in and out. He's only got 30 seconds. He needs to stay active with these Tempests. He can't be wasting time. Reynor should probably just pull these drones away from this base. But 11 workers have fallen down. Sporkrill is going to go down real quick. I think you just run the drones away. I don't think you want to give him any easy kills here, but Queens are going to move forward. Spire's almost done. Lings are going to run in. I don't think he has enough to cancel the third. Zealots and Void Rays will defend. And you got to be ready to recall these Tempests as SOS. SOS so far behind on workers. He's not building any new workers either. Another Queen does fall. Gonna try and take out another one. But the Corruptors are now in production. Gonna try and take out another Queen. Oh, he's one-shotting them now. He's got the lethal number. If he can take out the hatchery and then recall, that's it. These Queens need to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. They need to save that hatchery. Reynor only just started the 4th base. Void Ray is defending the Zerglings at the same time. Dude, SOS could still turn this into a winning situation despite it being scouted ahead of time. The Tempests, can they take out the hatchery? Come on! Recall. Okay, recall. He does snap. He does recall. Loses 1 Tempest. Totally fine. And look at that. The Void Ray pushes back the Zerglings. Yes, there's a 4th base on the way. Yes, Reynor has Corruptors. Yes, it's scary. but SOS is getting Flux Veins, gives movement speed and acceleration to the Void Rays, and he's going to start the ground transition with the Twilight Forge behind it. He does need more probes. He's still down 13, but if he can sneak these 2 Adepts and kill a few more workers, it could be massive. REYNOR only mining on 2 bases right now, up against a 3-base Protoss. This is actually a really good start for him, and damn, dude. Despite it getting scouted, I guess those Tempests were already kind of very quick on their way across the map, so it didn't matter that much. The Adept run by, I think, did so much damage, and the fact that he lost 11 workers and didn't start a 4th. I think if he started a 4th base and pulled his drones away a little earlier, or at least half of his workers away, then that would have been a bit more effective. Now the Adepts get in the mineral line. Nice move. He's getting another 3 or 4 workers. Go for the gas workers. If you get one more, does get a gas worker as well. 4 more drones. These are pretty decent trades. Templar Archives goes down. SOS is now ahead. And what is REYNOR's answer? Because I think Sarwell from here plays late game. I think REYNOR has to play late game. I think REYNOR has to go for Hive and Vipers. Vipers for Parasitic Bomb to deal with the Void Rays, but then you also need to go either Broodlord or Lurker as well. So if he delays his Infestation much longer, I feel like he dies to Zealot Archon Void Ray Tempest push. REYNOR's not... He's making Roaches. I mean, the classic way of beating this sort of style is just do a Queen Roach Ravager Corruptor push. I don't think it's going to work with the start that REYNOR's had. He's still building Roach Corruptor. I think he's going to commit. It could work. But he's only got 4 queens. One of the big strengths of this push is normally you have like 7 queens with all this energy transfusing your Corruptors, absolutely wrecking. Dude, SOS. If he could take down REYNOR here, this would be incredible. He's building Cannon Battery a little bit. A few more cannons would be amazing. Cannons add so much damage here. Obviously, one thing is... Oh, he does go Infestation Pit. Okay, REYNOR is not actually... I think because I guess he just built so many units because he was afraid of getting killed on the ground. Actually, he has so few roaches. He only has 4 roaches. I mean, he's just poor. REYNOR's supply is good, but he's trying to build up his queens, his economy, everything at once. Shouldn't be able to kill this Nexus. Has a few too many hit points already. Corruptors come in. He's going to go wee-wee. But the air upgrade attack already finished. So he does take out the Cybercore. Double Cybercore rebuilds instantly. 4th Nexus is on the way. A few Infestors coming out. Hive starts up. Like I said, he needs Vipers to deal with the air army, but he's also got to think about just the long term. So REYNOR just needs to build a well-rounded army in general. And that is much easier said than done. He's also taking a middle base. These middle bases are very vulnerable to Tempest harassment. Protoss doesn't really need to push into them. He just needs to like run around the front and pick at him with Tempest, and he'll be able to snipe him. Corruptor's going to run in from the left. Good movement for REYNOR. Roachling on the right side. A Templar cannon on the left. Pushes his cannons away. Pushes the Corruptors away, I should say. Hydrogen. So he's going to go Lurkers is REYNOR. He's going to be a little slow on that Lurker Den, though. REYNOR is famous for never being able to start his Lurker upgrades when his Hive finishes. Admittedly, in this scenario, I think the Hive's more for Vipers initially, but I think, there's, like I said, there's a scary ground push that can come out of this. So you do still need to not take too long to build those. Massing static defense, really... Yeah, he's knuckling down. REYNOR's going to play late game. All right, let's see how good SOS's late game is, guys. A lot of Archons. We can push pre-Lurker. It's a big problem. Hive's going to be finished. Need to get those Lurkers out as quickly as possible. REYNOR's making some Ravages just in case a push comes, so he's ready to bile it. And I think he should start building Hydras right now so they can instantly make Lurkers when that Lurker Den's finished. Even if they're Lair Tech Lurkers, they'll still stop Archons. Now, you can go for Great Aspire, but obviously right now the Corruptors are just for killing the air units. Gonna rely on Lurkers for anti-ground. Corruptors are fishing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Corruptors gonna have to fly away. REYNOR is max now, or getting close to max, sorry, with 13 Ravages. 2 Corruptors there for 1 Void Ray. Positive trading for SOS. Traded better than 2-to-1 effectiveness this game as he takes a 5th base down south. Like to see a bit more cannon battery for insurance. The problem with REYNOR's army is he doesn't have a lot of counterattack potential. Ideally, as REYNOR against SOS, you force as much multitasking as possible, but he's just in survival mode. And no Lurkers. He still has no Lurkers. Oh, REYNOR still has no Lurkers. He needs Fungal Bile to defend this army. It's not ideal! He does drop some nice Fungal Biles, gets rid of 1 Void Ray. But is that really enough? Corruptor's waiting to come in from behind. He's going to have to cancel that Hatchery no matter what. Hatchery does die. 4 Lurkers are making, but I feel like they may be a bit too late. Like I said, that Lurker timing's everything here. Fungal does land. Bile's landing on one of the Void Rays, but he's getting pushed in, and Ravagers are not supply efficient enough. The Corruptors are going to have to engage this. The Ravagers accidentally move Commanded in for a moment there. The Overlords are exposed. Lurkers are finally coming up, but it's a little bit too late. These Lurkers coming in a bit too late. Is there detection, though? There might not be any detection. There's no detection. Oh, okay, brings in one Observer from the left side. This army, this is getting so messy right now. The Void Ray Tempest did get wrecked by the Corruptors. Great hold for REYNOR on that side, but this is so much harder than it would have been if he had his Lurkers out earlier. Observer comes in, takes out those Lurkers. Roach Ravager coming in from both sides. SOS supply is falling right now. SOS trying to finish this game. REYNOR has to dig deep here in game one, but oh my gosh, he gets in a terrible position, but he shows his class. And he shows that he's able to fight from way behind against the old school, old man, two-time world champion SOS. I mean, SOS here is finding himself in some really good situations. You can tell strategically, build order picking wise, all these sorts of things. He's really good. He's making little mistakes like leaving his wall open, but realistically, it's just coming down to super advanced, flexible army management. The micro, the multitasking of guys like REYNOR is just on another level in 2025. And it is so hard for SOS to keep up, but Stalkers hunt down the Corruptors. If only he could hold on the front at the same time. Swapping back into Blink Stalkers this deep, never super ideal, but since REYNOR's army has mass roach, just anything to hold the line will do. Corruptors are going to unzip their fly, but the Stalkers do chase them away. Roach Ravager still on the front lines, a little bit scattered is REYNOR's army, and I do like seeing REYNOR pull back. He's only on 68 workers. New 5th base is up on the front. The Corruptors are going to escape. Problem for SOS is his army's hot garbage now. It's Stalker Storm. One Immortal getting mixed in. He's got a 5th base up. If you could transfer workers over there. Does have a good income. There is a chance still for SOS in this game, even though the supply is swung really hard. It's very low-level supply for both sides. Stalkers against Roach Lurker now. Lurkers, of course, very good against Stalkers. Plasma Shield's on the way here for SOS. Stalkers come forward. Okay, get rid of one of those Lurkers. Nicely done. A High Templar gets focused by the Roach Ravager, though. Cannon not quite ready on the right side. High Templar Stalker's going to try to move over there to zone this army out. Storms are decent. Observers there as well. No Overseer for REYNOR. The Lurkers are going to slowly encroach. Stalkers, careful, SOS. He's not watching. The Stalkers got aggroed. They actually kill a Lurker, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't watching there. Let's blink back now. Left side. Ling's running in. Depowering things. Trying to go after the Immortal Stalker. Oh my gosh. High Templar landing some storms. Stalker's potentially getting overrun on the right side, though. He's going to go for it. Observer coming in. Corruptor with the Overseer. They take out the Observer, which means he loses vision. And losing vision means those last 4 Lurkers are going to be such a problem for SOS. Corruptor Overseer, every ground Protos's worst nightmare. And it's the reason why you need Oracles for detection. Because an Observer will always get sniped down by the Corruptor Overseer. Whereas the Oracle casts its Revelate. And then it just gets the hell out of there. Good play, man. Really good play. I'm so impressed by REYNOR. This was such a bad start for him, man. Such a bad start. Those 2 Adepts combined with the Tempest picking off as much as they did. And I think REYNOR absolutely needed to start an earlier 4th. But we'll break it down and kind of check my hunch. Like, what should REYNOR have done? Because I find that this Tempest build very hard to play against as well. I think there's like these tiny details you need to get just right to not fall behind against it. But it looks like he's fought back now. Lings are going to deal with this Stalker Zealot in the middle of the map. Even with only just +1 melee, I think he's fine. And yeah, a couple Hydras join in. Doesn't even have Hydra upgrades, because he's only been building Hydras just to turn them into Lurkers this game. And the Archon counter in the middle, a little bit desperate as well. Lurker Hydra gonna ruin his day. A few Zealots run in, they get smashed there. And SOS hanging out in the game, but he doesn't want to be 1 game away from getting eliminated from GSL. The Italian Stallion causing him troubles. Which means we're going to get a rematch, aren't we, guys? Solar managed to beat REYNOR 2-1 before. Now we're going to get a rematch. Oh, actually, sorry. This is only game 1. Oh, I'm thinking too far ahead, aren't I? I'm thinking SOS is about to lose the series. Okay, we might get a rematch. I think I'd rather SOS Solar just for the non-mirror matchup, but it would be cool to see if REYNOR could adjust. Solar's dead in the water, guys. I mean, the only way he wins this game is if REYNOR has a heart attack right now. Obviously, he's hanging in there, seeing if he can make something happen. He doesn't know how bad REYNOR's economy. We can see it's 83 drones. He's also got +3 attack range, +1 melee attack, +2 air attack. I mean, REYNOR's got good upgrades. His Lurkers are getting rid of the Robos now, as well as the Probes on that 3rd. He does not mind losing his 6th base. Oracle and Observer both get sniped by the Corruptors. And SOS is like, oh, not again. No detection. Okay, screw it. Let's just tap out. Reynor takes game 1. We are going to game 2. All right, guys, so this is where the Lings ran in. Now, the reason this wall off is a problem is you'll notice you're on kind of a... This opens up here. I think if your Adept is a little further forward, down to the right, slightly a few pixels, you can probably block it. A Stalker is much fatter. It blocks it much better. But this is just... In general, these wall offs are way dodgier than if you just build the normal wall off and leave the opening between the gate and the core. Anyways, the Tempest had just started moving out. So was this the biggest timing advantage for Reynor? Well, I still think it's big. You know what's funny? He would have seen it anyway. I was so busy getting angry over him letting the Lings in. And it is still a bad move, right? You should not be letting him in. But he actually would have seen it here anyway. So even if SOS didn't screw that up, great Ling scouting for Reynor on the bottom, he would have actually seen this coming, which is really big. And you can see the lair's not even done yet. So he can't even start Aspire. And then the Lings get in, obviously cause a little bit of damage, bit of distraction. They only got 3 probes, but 3 probes into the Adept is pretty nice. Tempest did dilly-dally a little bit there. And obviously he goes straight for the lair. So yeah, not that big a deal. So I don't think letting the Lings in was that big because Reynor's Ling scouting was so good anyway. But here's where I think I was a bit questionable about it. Now, I know you need gas for Corruptors. I don't know. Because I feel like you don't need this gas. You know this is always going to die. What's the point in even building it? You can say, well, it tanks a lot of damage for very little money. But if he's got the building damage upgrade, which they normally go for, doesn't matter. I think Reynor should have focused on getting this Northern Hatchery up. I think it's correct to drone up to a full 65. But I think way more important than an Evo chamber is this Northern Hatchery. What do you guys think? I think I'm pretty confident on that. I also think these Lings running in at this point seemed like a good idea. Gets a battery kill. That's awesome. But it loses him 6 drones because he's not watching at home, which is actually a bigger concern, right? So I think those Adepts, combined with him prioritizing Evo Chamber and this gas, which was never going to survive long, over the 4th Hatchery, is what made this defense much harder. Because what you want to do is the moment these Tempests are hit, you just want to pull this whole bottom half of the mineral line and just tell them to go mine up here. Long distance mine while you're waiting for the hatchery to finish. If you lose the hatchery, it sucks. But if you lose the hatchery and a lot of drones and a lot of queens, that's where obviously it can stack up to be really bad. He did a good job of trying to move spores down to support his queens and stuff. Trying to move in and out to catch the Tempests. But I think the Tempests were just getting a lot of damage from further back than they should have been able to here. Whereas I feel like the Tempests should have to come a bit deeper to at least attack the hatchery. So I do think a little bit of a mistake there for Reynor. Nonetheless, great comeback. All right. Reynor makes the comeback, and he's got to feel untouchable after that one. SOS in the bottom left. See what he's got for us on Ultra Love. Can't really be doing a Tempest build twice in a row, so he's going to have to change it up. We'll see what he can bring out. 15 Overlord. Yeah, 15 Overlord? Yeah, 15 Overlord. Reynor doing a nice optimizer. But interesting that he doesn't favor this in ZVZ. Okay, so there must be a reason for it. I have to ask him about it. Why do we go for the 13 Overlord in ZVZ, whereas we do this against Protoss? Oh, he's going to go 15 Hatchery to try and get it down? He's not going to get it, though. You need to go for it pre-Overlord. 15 Hatchery before Overlord to ensure it gets down. I would have done that against SOS. I think Sarah would have as well. I think SOS is clearly a guy who wants to disrupt you, but Reynor looked fine with this opening the previous game, so it is what it is. Pig, what would you rate a good churro on a scale of 1 to 10 as an overall dessert? You know, I don't eat that many churros, man. I had some, you know, it was interesting how in Spain they usually don't make it with like a crazy rich in like, I think it was like was I in Granada or something? We had some. And the chocolate was nowhere near as rich, right? To dip it in, I was like, oh, this is like a much more muted chocolate. This is like, and I was like, it was good. But I think I do prefer the like over the top ones that you'd have more often here in Australia, where it's like, we're just gonna give you a friggin' bowl of like really sweet, rich Nutella or Nutella style, you know, not really chocolate to dip this in. But I mean, a good churro is just a good donut, just in long form, and a good donut's fantastic. Fresh, it's all about freshness. And yeah, man, a good cinnamon donut, a good churro are so good, dude. If you get like the ones that aren't cooked fresh, or you got them fresh, but then they've been sitting, make sure you microwave them. We had a whole bunch of cinnamon donuts at a family gathering the other week. And they were just bringing them out to put on the table. And I was like, oh, you're not going to microwave those? And they're like, microwave them? And I'm like, these donuts are like half a day old or like from this morning, right? It's nighttime now. I was like, They've lost their fresh dough quality. I just give them like a few seconds in the microwave. Just heat them up a little bit. Rejuvenates the donut. Rejuvenates the churro, man. You don't want to do too much, obviously, or it can make it worse. But you want to have them warm, man. Warm and freshness. That's what makes a donut absolutely delicious. Yeah. Like, you know, a lot of people go crazy for like the donuts that have just been sitting there all day, covered in like icing and stuff. I'm always like, these really just don't match up to a fresh donut, man. They can still be good. Good Krispy Kreme's pretty delicious, but they're just better fresh. It's like there are certain foods that fall off so quickly the longer they are out. It's like if I see someone order like a steak at a restaurant and then take like 40 minutes to eat it, it actually makes me depressed. Because I'm like, that thing is like dropping in quality so quickly, so very quickly. The moment that it's like out, you like, people will be like, why are you friggin' trying to like, I'm like, I will eat a steak so quickly because I am enjoying it while it's hot and fresh and beautiful. People say I'm an animal. I think I just have more respect for food than you guys do. Yeah, McDonald's fries is another example. Dude, my local McDonald's, they've given us old fries like multiple times. And I'm just in the loop of getting free meals from them by complaining and then being dumb enough to go back and redeem the free meal at the same McDonald's. They're like, God damn it, not again. And Voidray takes out the Overlord, guys. Unfortunately for him, REYNOR literally sees that you've gone for a 3rd and 4th gas. SOS is not looking very inspired right now, guys. I do like the backup choke point. That's cute. This is. Oh! Wait, it's one. Oh, is he doing the 1-star Tempest? No, you need to get. Okay, so I actually really love 3rd Nexus into 1-star Gate Tempest. This is an opening Clem beat Serral with a bunch of times on the ladder. Really good opening. But what we're doing is Mothership Glaives. Oh, no, please, SOS. What are we doing? Okay, it is Tempest. It's Tempest into. I don't know if it's a charge all in or Glaives or what. Okay. Okay, check this out. So he knows REYNOR's going to drone and go for Spire. So he's pulled a few workers off gas. He's chronoing Tempests. And is it charge or Glaives? What are we doing? What is this for? SOS is super gambling. He does not want to play a straight up game, man. Okay, it's Glaives. Alright, he's going to go for a big Glaive Adept attack. SOS trying to play as tricksy as possible. He's also wanting to set up a 3rd base. That's totally a fake. There's no way he's probing that 3rd. Yeah, but this makes sense because it's like, okay, you know I'm playing 4-gas Tempest. I'll take a 3rd at least relatively quickly. Build the economy. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. Anyways, he's just got to hide the Adepts while the Tempest distracts. He's not even building a 2nd Tempest. This Tempest is like, look at me. Tunnel vision on me, REYNOR. Tunnel vision on me. He's got to try and distract him right now. He's got to try and distract him and get him to invest in Spire. More drones, more spores, more queens. He's going to come in. Ling's going for the counter. A couple of Adepts and a Void Ray there. Tempest going to pick off a drone or two. Ooh. Void Ray scares the Lings away. This is good harassment. More drone Spire. He's getting the reaction he wants. Problem is there is a Roach Warren up, so he needs to hide the move out. Is this enough Adepts? 13, 14 Adepts? I think it is. I think this is go time, but he needs to probe hard and build pylons behind it. The Adepts are shading out. REYNOR has no idea. REYNOR has no idea. Oh, REYNOR's building another 8 drones. He's got to 66 workers. The Tempest has already killed 6 drones. And the Adepts show themselves, and REYNOR goes, oh, no. Evo Chamber. You got to just target it. Just click the Evo Chamber down. SOS, you got to target the Evo. You can get in here, bro. Okay, he's going to take the Evo Chamber down. He will massacre these Zerglings. He can just A-move while shading into the main. Beautiful play. More Adepts coming in. If they go into the 3rd mineral line, they will butcher him. REYNOR losing so many Lings, but the Roaches are starting to pop. Let's see if these Adepts can get enough damage. Adepts in the 3rd base, they're a little slow to do it. He needs to target fire those drones, and he does it great. He shift clicks 1 drone. Oh, he needs to target more. Queen's going down in the main base as well. There is still a Tempest alive, but I don't think SOS has the multitasking to do that at the same time as everything else that's happening. There is so much going down, including 13, 14 workers. Dude, SOS finding the damage. He is probing behind it. He was a little slow to start, but he is probing behind it. He's making +1 as well, and he's going to take out so many of these workers. But this time, the Roach Queen did position really well. 18 workers go down. These Adepts, I think, are going to fall now. He's going to shade out, right? No? Oh, he didn't have recall energy. Why are we shading? What's going on? The Tempest is still just chilling, by the way. Dude, if that Tempest came in, it could have held position over here and killed so many drones during this. Third base coming in. It's going to be a blink follow-up. Okay. I think Reynor's supply still looks decent. Reynor doesn't have a fourth. Dude, run your drones, boy! Dude, Reynor's so stubborn with running drones. He finally does, but I'm like, come on, man. Tempest one-shots workers. SOS, what are we doing? Why are we running over creep like this? Dude, this single Tempest is actually... Like, run your drones, Reynor! Okay, Reynor is, I think, gifted a few too many kills. This is a 14 worker kill Tempest, man. Oh my gosh. I really love the single Tempest opening. I think it's one of those things, because Zerg players... A Void Ray into a Tempest, it just gets an overreaction. And I love this pivot. And SOS now is on Mass Blink. He's going to play Double Forge Mass Blink. Double Forge Mass Blink is my least favorite build, guys. It's up there with Terran vs. Protoss, Proxy, the Marauder expand opening. In terms of one of those builds people always do that I think is legitimately awful. Unless you have max level multitasking. Like, this is a I'm going to drown you in Stalkers build. It can work, don't get me wrong. But he does chrono a lack of an upgrade there. I'm not sure what happened. Looks like SOS +1 finish. Not starting his next upgrades. He's on 61 workers. It's kind of a blink all in, I guess. AK blink. He's got so many Stalkers. And Reynor says, you know what? I'm going to New Zealand this, bro. Because they have a lot of rocks in New Zealand, guys. Brings down the Lonely Mountain on top of the heads of the Stalkers. Of course, the Stalkers are nowhere near to be seen at that time. 2 Stalkers do go down. Stalkers going to try and... Oh, dude, where's the Blink Micro? SOS Blink Micro lacking a little bit. 2 Corruptors have flown into the base right now. Do they get it? He gets it. He's like, revenge. You killed 14 of our children. Stalkers. And with good micro, they can take down a lot of these roaches, but he's already lost 4 Stalkers for just 6 roaches, 1 Ravager. Of course, quite a few Lings went down, but most of those were to the Adepts. SOS, he's got the forward gateway. He's on 8 gateways. Now he's got this nice position. He's got to keep on trading with Reynor. But he's forgotten the upgrades behind it. A single Mutalisk is building, guys. I don't know why. I think that's a Rando Calrissian. I think it's a hotkey misclick. I think it's a Rando Calrissian Mutalisk. Ravagers +2. 5 more drones are building. Reynor right now is up 30 supply, but I feel like these Stalkers could maybe win. If they can just run in, focus a Ravager, blink back. Not quick enough on his blink back micro. SOS should have been blinking back a few individual Stalkers. Gets a Ravager, but he trades a Stalker. It's a positive trade, but not massively so. Corruptor comes in, tries to pay on the Nexus. Void Ray chases it away. Reynor is testing SOS's multitasking. And it's actually really effective for just distracting him. Charge is not done. Zerglings are going to target the Nexus. Stalkers come back and kill his own Stalker. Oh no, he came back and killed his own Stalker. And the Nexus does go down. At least the Lings will get trapped. But they even kill the probe, which means he can't rebuild the Nexus. He has to go grab a different probe, tell it to build the Nexus. It's just extra distraction. Rando Calrissian flies into the natural, forces a Stalker weapon, flies into the main, forces another Stalker weapon. Dude, this is legitimately actually doing so much because SOS can't keep up with Reynor's APM. The current APM, Reynor has 4 times the current APM, 3 times the average actions per minute of SOS. Now, don't get me wrong, that's partially because Reynor uses a lot of modern mechanics that do inflate that a little bit, but he is so clearly the faster player. One of the fastest players in the world, Reynor, against old man SOS. SOS right now struggling to keep up, even though he's the one in the driver's seat. He's got a 4th Nexus there. He's going Storm. He is progressing. He's finally got the Forges working, which could have been finished 2-1 by now. But if Reynor makes it to Hive and Lurkers, he'll stabilize. His Hive's just now started. Reynor's still, dude, 69 workers and just hanging on for dear life. It is crazy that SOS is actually getting into advantage situations consistently against Reynor. I thought the early game would be so hard to not fall behind in, but SOS is playing so tricky right now. Reynor right now bashing his keyboard. And I think right now we definitely have different crowds of supporters watching this. The old men just going, yeah, you show him, use your brain and your strats, SOS. And then there's like the people who are like, I respect mechanics and skill and execution, and Reynor absolutely should never lose to this baboon. You guys let me know which of those schools of thoughts you guys fit into, as the single Corruptor does fly back in. Looks like the Mutalisk did go down, by the way. The Corruptor's going to come in for a wee-wee. Oh, he's going to go wee-wee? No, he's just scouting. I love that Reynor is just scouting these single Mutas and Corruptors. The Void Ray does survive on the left side. He's going to come back for that Void Ray. Don't tell me he kills a Forge. Please warp in a Stalker. SOS. Okay, he warps in a Stalker. Should be able to kill the Corruptor, right? Stalker takes a while to kill a Corruptor. Dude, if he kills the Forge, that would be wild. Corruptor has to run away. It's just forcing so many actions out of SOS. It's crazy. All Zealots pulling back. Dude, I can't believe SOS is able to compete at this level. I mean, even competing for getting into GSL, I was shocked. Oh, wow! SOS is going to break through! Cancels the Lurker morphs. REYNOR scrambling. Shoves with Storm. There is a big Roach Hydra army on the left. But, dude, he's going to kill the 4th base. Oh, my gosh. And he sends Zealots in the left as well. Dude, SOS is all over him. He's mauling this Italian kid right now. This is crazy. We've got an old man knocking out the young gun. I mean, obviously not knocking him out, but I mean, like, he's giving him some big punches. He's wobbling him. REYNOR right now looking a little discombobulated in this game. More High Templar coming in, filling up with energy. This is a sick army. If he can get in there before the Lurker upgrade's finished, he's just got to keep pushing. Because once Lurker's finished, you're going to need a lot more finesse. And remember, SOS is a mid-game guy. He is not a late-game guy. Never has been. Probably never will be. You can only teach an old horse so many new tricks. Lurkers are there, burrowing in position. And if he pushes south and gets rid of that Lurker, he could avoid most of it. But now Lurker range is kicked in. Key upgrade, giving those Lurkers 10 range. And I think you're going to have to make a transition. Second Robo, not a bad idea. But I would like to see more Tempest. You've already got the Stargate and the Fleet Beacon, so Tempest Mothership is a very easy transition from here. Is it in his wheelhouse, though? +3 armor starts up. Great upgrades here for SOS. He doesn't have any detection. Gets a Lurker Cocoon. Just not bad. Loses the Hydra, of course, and 25% of the cost of the Lurker upgrade. Big Roach run by REYNOR. Wants to throw the Roaches away. He wants to replace these with Lurkers, better supply. So he splits off about 15, 20 Roaches, and he says, okay, let's get in here. Hopefully I can survive with Lurkers, and if I can throw these Roaches away, maybe I can even do some good damage. The single Corruptor is still alive. I cannot believe it, man. He's being so annoying. REYNOR doing such a good job. Roaches are going to run in. Here we go. Big warp in, though. Roaches just going to kill these Zealots as they warp in. And you're going to need more than a warp in to deal with that. That is an annoyance of Roaches. Zealot warp-ins aren't enough. You need to recall. You cannot disrespect this. SOS disrespecting this. Finally, he recalls. That means he's going to lose a bunch of probes, cannons, a bit of infrastructure. We'll deal with it. But he's losing a few Stalkers and Zealots as well after warping in. He does try to maintain position on the front because he knows if he gets pulled home too far, the Lurkers may ruin him. And look at this, just constantly forcing more Stalker warp-ins. Oh my lord, REYNOR. Guys, I'm sorry, but I think we have a new nickname for REYNOR. Piss Boy REYNOR. Honestly, I feel like... Do you see the way the Corruptor did a little barrel roll as it died? Alright, Piss Boy REYNOR, new mythical fighter. This guy... just friggin' so annoying with his Corruptor and single Mutalisk this game. It's friggin' awesome. It's actually like the best nickname ever. You know, it sounds disrespectful, but it's not. He's actually... and it works on 2 levels. He both used the piss ability on the Corruptor and he pissed off SOS by being so annoying with it. Stalker Archon looking for these Roaches. Hasn't quite found... He said, where'd they go? Oh, did he... Okay, he finds them. Shouldn't lose a single unit really to this. He blinks on top. Wow. I mean, he probably didn't need to lose a single unit, but blinking on top definitely sends a message, and I appreciate that. Stasis Trap's going down. Lings are going to run in. Stasis Trap's going to do okay against that. Lings getting blocked by their own boys. That's how that will warp in. It's a Lurker, Viper, Hydra, Corruptor army. 70 probes. Second Stargate's going up. I'm still wondering where the Tempest Mothership is. Oh, nice storms, nice storms. SOS, he's been wildly ahead and in control of this game. He's looking for more damage. He's got a lot of Zealots on the right that he wants to send in. REYNOR's still distracting him with those Zerglings. These Stalkers do overcommit, but honestly, you don't want Stalkers anymore. They're Garbo units for this stage of the game. Oracle pulls back. Storm does land. REYNOR chasing out front to get another Immortal. Very brave. I'd love to see REYNOR with an Overseer over here, because that Observer sees so much. Would have liked to see the Zealots go in at the same time there, but I guess with 4 Lurkers, it would have been hard. But splitting a few Zealots in the worker line might have got a fair bit of damage. Prism in the main, or a Recall in the main. Either of those would have opened up so many opportunities. Tempest, so the game-winning move here. He's going to go Carriers. Carriers... the flying garbage, as players call it these days. They're very good against anyone up to like my level. And I think you get above my skill level. You get into the high GM, pro gamers, semi-pro ranks. And suddenly Carriers are just not as good at Tempest. As Tempest just force the Zerg to fight into your storms. We'll see how it goes. Swaps in a High Templar. Energy recharge on that could be excellent. It's got energy recharge available. First storm not really doing much. The Lurkers sieging forward. Breaking these rocks, if the Lurkers come forward, could be really nice. These Lurkers might get crushed by the rocks. If the Lurkers come any further forward there, that'd be a big problem. Love to see SOS target this cooling tower, collapse it. I think it might kill a lurker or two, or at least buy him a bit of time. Carrier's coming out. Carriers, no... Tempest's just hard counter this push. You can just pick it up from afar. But he's building carriers. SOS not up to date. Not up to date on the counters that are being used in the modern meta. The Zealots are still idling. If he runs those into the natural, they could do so much. He's forgotten about the 20 supplier Zealots. 30 supplier Zealots on the right side. Oh, he's going to lose his Robos. He's going to lose his Robos in his Nexus. Army's going across with Mothership now. The Corruptors are going to come in again. Pissboy Reynor at it again. And he's going to go for the Stargate this time around. Zealots running on the right side. They see the Lurkers, and they will bypass. Good call to go past. Really good call to go past. It's going to turn into a very messy game. SOS could absolutely still win this. He's still got good bank. Void Ray takes big damage from the Giga Chad Spore, but it does survive. High Templar, unfortunately, does walk into these Lurkers, but he lands another Storm, which is pretty decent. Pops a Lurker. Cannons are slowing down the advance, picking off a few Lurkers. Unfortunately, Immortals are popping to their death. Oh, these Lurkers accidentally, Reynor shift-clicked them, and the Zealots clear up about 5 Lurkers. Uh-oh, Reynor can't afford mistakes like this. Spire's going to get sniped. Nidus Swarm's building, it's not ready yet. These Lurkers are going to struggle to even kill this base, dude. This is actually amazing. He gets a Storm down there on the Hydras and the Lurkers. SOS, though. Army's coming back. Hydra's dealing with the carrier potentially in the Mothership. Got to be careful here. Reynor coming back with a handful of Hydra, Lurker, Ling. SOS going to move into the main base. I think he's lost all of his High Templar. He's still got a Templar Archives alive, which is good. And he's got a carrier that will defend this base on the left, assuming he has detection, which he doesn't have any detection there right now. Meanwhile, Time Warp on the ramp, and Immortal does go down. It's just a few Stalkers. It's time to recall home, SOS. SOS, where's the recall? Why is he not recalling? Oh, he waited way too long. He gives away the carrier, the Mothership, and most of the Stalkers. A disastrous timing on that. It felt like he could have got those units out a bit earlier. There's still a Lurker over here as well. Supply looking great for Reynor. Income, not amazing for him, but it might just be good enough. He didn't lose any bases. His drone count's still at 67. His army is massive. And SOS needs to get in front of this and start storming it as quickly as possible. He's trying to build an Oracle right now, but he's mostly on a Zealot Stalker army. SOS making more Stalkers right now. Oh, gosh. He's making Stalkers into Lurkers, guys. I don't know, man. This is like trying to counter water with fire. Water counters fire. Fire does not counter water. Not in the real world, anyway. Maybe in some sort of game situation. Nice Storms do go down. A duck there on that. Blinding Cloud of the Stalkers as well. You cannot be fighting into these Lurkers as SOS. But Reynor has just dragged SOS into deep waters, forced so many interactions, and allowed his skill as a 2021 world champion to come to bear. SOS 2013 and 2015 world championships. Obviously, a champion a decade ago, 12 years ago. But it's amazing that SOS has really pushed the game this far in 2025. I didn't think, realistically, he had any chance of even qualifying for GSL. The fact that he's made it into GSL is incredible. It really is. Oh, no. Don't pull past the Lurkers, bro. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Not like this. Ow, 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 ow. 9 probes do go down. One last desperate Stalker Archon counterattack. Gonna take out a few Lurkers, but it's not gonna be enough. Reynor looks pretty good in the late game compared to SOS. But the fact that he fell behind and got in such messy situations, I think might shake his confidence a bit. SOS, though, I love it. He gets scouted, that he's going 4 gas by the Overlord. And what does he do? Pivots to the Twilight Council Glaives and does so much damage with it. I also, like I said, if the Tempest moved in while the Glaives were shading and microing, I think the Tempest kills even more workers than it did. And I think also SOS actually definitely could have beat Reynor in both of these games in the follow-up if you took like Hero or Max Packs and put them in his position. So great openings and strategies for SOS. Not quite able to overwhelm Reynor or Cure here, but hey man, just top 12 of GSL is still bloody impressive. GG, well played. Alright, guys. Reynor getting a chance for a rematch in the final deciding match of Group A. Solar in the top right side. Decisive timing attacks were the secret in the first series, and I think Reynor might be a little bit more on his toes. I wonder, does Solar mix it up? Does he just, just change up the timings a bit, but stick to what I know? Does Solar mix in a greedy game? Does he try to go for like Mutalisk or something one game? I'm not sure. I'm so curious as well to see what Reynor's approach is. I want to see Reynor just as active as he was before. I think, honestly, he was playing fine in that previous series, but I think he just wasn't quite ready for I think it was Maganatha, where he didn't have the full Overlord vision, and he just got put on the ropes by Solar there in that final map. Now, obviously, before that, we did see him mind game Solar really well on Tokamak. That's how he won a game. But yeah, there's definitely been a lot of Roachbane attacks as well as Roachbane feints. And it's going to be interesting back on Tokamak once again to see which way it goes. It's not the fastest rush distance. It's a pretty big map, especially with the kind of winding paths, right? You got to kind of go out, go around. There's a lot of little zigzags, little zigs, little zags to get over to the other side. Reynor destroy Solar's kimchi, says Twitch chat. I guess the Solar chat would be Solar, break his spaghetti before you cook it. Yeah, that's actually how you make an Italian mad, isn't it, right? You break the spaghetti in half before you boil it. I don't like it being so long. It's hard to eat. I used to do that. I've been enjoying not breaking the spaghetti recently. Though, to be fair, it depends. If it just makes it easier to fit in the pot sometimes. Depends on the size of the pot you're cooking it in. You guys let me know. Do you break your spaghetti? Are you heathens like I have been for most of my life? Or you're like, no, the whole point is for it to be nice and long and noodly. Alright, link speed's on the way for both sides. 1 off gas for Solar, 2 off gas for Reynor. Reynor gonna rally 1 back in pretty quickly. And I think he's just gonna stay 2 on gas for a while. So very similar gas counts for both sides. 2 lings about to meet. Bitey boys, bitey boys, bitey boys. You can see if you get a better angle. Reynor gets the better start to the fight. Trades better, Solar backs away. 3rd hatchery for both sides. Both of them going for the frontal triangular thirds. Baneley Nest down for Solar, 247. Baneley Nest, 248 for Reynor. Reynor's up 1 worker. So he's just being a little bit greedier as Solar did build 2 more things. No massive difference. Solar, of course, will catch right back up. Both building Overlords at pretty much the same time. Solar being ready to try and scout when Link Speed's finished. Reynor's going to try to evade this Zergling and probably do the same. Reynor playing very light on his Zergling count. Something to be said for pushing your greed. There's also something to be said for actually being safe and not being too greedy. So that can cost you big time. Reynor's vision, you can see, is excellent this time. You will see units as they leave here. You could try to put the Overlord a bit further forward, but then there's more of a chance of a Queen dealing with it. And yeah, I do like that he's moving it at least a little forward. You do want earlier warning. Roachron goes down for both sides. And look at this. Reynor sees the Lings coming, but he lures them back, showing the fact that Solar's willing to chase this shows that Solar's not really being aggressive. So Reynor doesn't bite the bait at all. Like, doesn't panic, stays calm, and he hides an Evo chamber in the back. Him and Serral have both been hiding that Evo chamber, because that Evo chamber tells your opponent you're playing defensive, you're playing long term. And the modern Serral adaptation in this matchup is realizing that basically you do not want to give that info away. The moment they know you have an Evo, it just tells them way too much about where your money's going and what your intent is. So hiding that in the back, a really good adjustment by the Basilisk Zergs. Ling gets in. Sees a handful of drones on the natural, not a crazy count. And we got massive all-in for Solar. It's a massive all-in, guys. He's got so much supply free, he's just going to mass roaches for a while. Oh, Reynor lets him in! Now, Reynor's not actually got a lair either. Reynor's build is way better head-to-head here, as long as he doesn't take damage to the Ling Bane. So he's struggling with that Ling Bane a little bit today, and he's only got 1 Baneling, but his roaches pop just in time. Now, Solar does go back to droning because he's been scouted. Builds a gas, builds another drone. He's kind of not got an Evo or a lair, though, so he's doing what Reynor did in the last game. But he's not full fake pushing with the roaches. He's just kind of leaving them at home. I think he kind of wants the drones to get spotted. But he's not making a lair or an Evo. Solar, what are we doing? Solar's either making a 300 IQ move or a 0 IQ move, and I can't tell which one it is. I mean, he's not making a lair or Evo. He has to go all in. 7 more roaches on the way. Reynor saw a drone coming out, and the roaches are just sitting at home. So this has to be a somewhat defensive play, right? But he sees a good amount of Roach Bane out there. Reynor needs to stop droning right now. He has no idea what's going on. There's 5 roaches there, 5 roaches there. I get you've both got 10 roaches, but if he builds any more drones, he could be dead. He builds a spine for safety. I actually hate that spine positioning. I think out front is much better, because I think once you're fighting there is after you've given up position. So this Spine Crawler, I think, is garbage, guys. You guys let me know if you agree or not. The other thing is, when the attack comes, he needs to Evo wall off, because there's going to be Lings hitting his natural. That's been the big thing that's broken both of these players whenever they're on the defense. 2 more drones coming in. REYNOR being too greedy. Solar, he's so far ahead on roaches. +1 will kick in, though. REYNOR's going to have +1. Will that be enough? He's going to have a Spine Crawler +1. Zergling runs into his mineral line, distracts him. He's building 10 more roaches. He's going to have 26 roaches against about 22. So he's going to have the roach advantage, but he doesn't have the Ling Bane numbers. I think REYNOR holds, though. I think REYNOR holds, honestly. He's got the numbers. He's got +1. The Queen's getting +1 advantage as well. The Lings do come in. Banelings force those Zerglings away. Very good. Oh, and they get a good hit as well. The Roaches on the right side are crumbling to the Ravagers, though. The Ravagers adding some nice damage. Banelings trying to get in that mineral line. Spinecrawler gets blown up. REYNOR there. Good hold so far. The Ling rally is still scary. He didn't really pull any drones, which means he's still miles ahead on the economy if he can defend this. But not pulling drones seems so risky right now. I feel like REYNOR maybe should be microing backwards, but not taking a backward step. Man, understands the power of his advantage and immediately sends his Lings to counterattack. Wow. REYNOR kind of disrespecting the follow-up here. Solar's like pretty committed, man. But Lings just do not cut it against +1 range. That early +1 range really pays off here for REYNOR. And he rebuilds the Spine Crawler as well. Ling's going to try to sneak in the left. The Roaches will shut that one down. Take out one Ling and the second one as well. Ling's going to try to scout for REYNOR. The Lings of Solar will push him back. Solar goes for his own Lair and Evo Chamber, but that was a very successful hold. So turns out REYNOR, I think, managed his greed just right. He couldn't confirm that it was an all-in or not because the Roaches were denying his scouting. But he got enough scouting to be okay. He's added a few more workers back himself. He sees more Roaches on the way. And he knows that he's already ahead. So he can just basically do nothing but build Roaches from here. He does build one more drone to fully saturate the third. It's just 4 gas masses of Roaches. He starts Carapace, but I actually think with the Lair about to finish, +2 is a much more important upgrade. So I'd like to see him cancel that, make +2. Cost the same. You only lose 15 seconds of upgrade. There we go. Yeah, he goes for it. Good call by REYNOR. Lings roll into the third. Queen Spine is there. Oh, my lord. Good Baneling intercept. REYNOR's all over this series right now. And he could maybe even kill him, honestly. The Ravagers are annoying, but I don't think they're enough to really make this army have to pull back. On the other hand, why would you push when you can just secure a 4th base and enjoy your worker advantage? Spire's on the way for Solar. Oh my gosh! Dude, I'd feel like GGing after that. I'd just be like, okay, how many times can I run Lings into Banelings in this game? Units lost up 500 in favor of REYNOR. And the Overseer's coming through. He doesn't have Overlord speed. That's the one thing he's missing in this game. Doesn't see the Spire. It's in behind the natural. Overseer does die. Roach speed not quite here. Overseer of Solar will go down as well by the looks of it. Mass Roach on the front. REYNOR says, hey, I've still got a +1 advantage. No reason to dilly-dally. Let's get in here. Does take a double bile on 2 of those Roaches in the back, but that's not going to stop him. Those Roaches are still offering their damage output. The Roaches can keep moving forward. And with the Spire finishing for Solar, he just doesn't have any time to get Mutalisks out. REYNOR holds on against the Roachbane, and really good scouting. Seeing the first build-up, making Solar hesitate and delay it, I think bought him time for that +1 to kick in. What the hell, guys? As I get the scoreboard updated, REYNOR's going for what appears to be a 15 Overlord. Solar is doing a 12-11. The fastest possible Lingbane all-in. Oh my gosh. If REYNOR goes 15-15, he's so safe. But he's building an Overlord. It's not 15-15. It's going to be a 16 hatch. Okay, so he's going to do standard greedy build. You're meant to be able to hold this. But it's a big map. Your Overlord is not going to get warning of the first Lings leaving the base. So the first Lings, if they get a bit of damage, Solar could really like winch open a big area of weakness. And of course, he's going to go 18 gas, 17 pool, as is standard. Oh my lord. It's going to be a frantic micro dance. REYNOR is going to need to show us some magic with his unit control. I think, obviously, this is a super all-in. I mean, to do this when you're on elimination point is such a risk. And that's actually what makes this potentially a good, like really good play, is how shocking it is. Fully pulls off gas and starts Ling speed. So it's not a Ling Bane, it's just Zergling. Ah, okay. 13 drone Ling Flood. Can't even afford a queen with this build, guys, because it's 12-11. But the Ling speed and these Lings will hit so early. He should be dodging the Overlord as well. I don't know what his path is. Looks like he's going to go south to the Watchtower. Okay. Wow. On this big map, Maganathi, you just don't get the scout of these lings moving out. There's going to be like 12 lings coming across the map. And if they surround like the early queens, oh my gosh. Yeah, sometimes like big maps, you might think, well, big map's safer because it takes a long time to get across. Yeah, but it's also the Overlord scout is delayed. So it's actually on these big maps where you see more of these one base all-in styles. And look, the second Overlord just sits at home. Second Overlord is out at a weird timing for Solar. But because he keeps it at his natural, pretending he's looking for an all-in, surprise does not get revealed. Ling's coming in. Already going to find a hatchery potentially. The drones do pull back. Spine goes up in the back of the main instantly. Great call by Reynor. He's going to go Baneling Nest here as well. Baneling Nest. Nice. Already gets a Baneling Nest. One Zergling goes down. The other one almost goes down. Sorry, one Zergling escapes. The other one almost escapes. Looks like this queen is not going to survive. All right, we're going to be one base against two. Oh, he's pulling drones. Oh, he's thinking, he doesn't realize Ling Speed's about to kick in. You cannot defend this. He wants to let the queen get out. The queen needs to hide. She hides in between the minerals. If he can get the queen to the ramp. Oh, he escorts her. Does he though? Ooh. Creep Tumor goes down. Lings and queens. Get the queens on the ramp. Queens are not solid on this ramp right now. They're not solid on this ramp. Reynor trying to fight in the open like a mad lad. Wow, he really believes in his numbers. I guess 2 queens. I mean, it definitely does win him this fight. Spine's going to move down. Drone needs to run. Good micro. Dude, Reynor managing this so well. Now, it doesn't matter. It still could transition because Solar's... He's going to come out for the OV snipe. Reynor spots it and insta-pulls. Great reaction by Reynor. Queen has to turn around. There's 2 queens, 2 hatcheries. Hatchery just now starting for Reynor. He has 2 queens in his spine, which means he is safe. He's got his own Ling Speed on the way. He's still up in drones. Has been this whole time. But the earlier injects on this natural, Solar may be able to take a bit of a lead here. Of course, he's going to be playing against a guy who's already got a Baneling Nest for offense. A Spine Crawler for defense. And now an early Evo on top of the ramp. Reynor, you're not going to play melee upgrade, are you? Reynor, are you thinking about going upgraded Zerglings, mate? Dude, I love it. I love risk taking. I love doing things that are a bit off meta. I don't normally favor an upgrade this early, but as long as it doesn't cut into his droning, it's fine. And it's Carapace even. Okay, wow. Super early Carapace. Baneling Nest goes down for Solar. It is delayed, but you can see the workers are neck and neck as the natural comes up. For now, but look, first inject's about to go down in the natural. 9 drones already popping out. Solar's economy looking good, and Reynor, he'd love to put on some counter pressure. 10 Zerglings, 1 Baneling, moving forward. Spine Crawler yeets that Zergling, smears him across the floor. There are 2 queens right now, and a Spine on the defense. 33 drones to 29 in Solar's favor. Keep in mind, there's an early Carapace that does get spotted as well. Ah, great scouting. Love to see the Spine Crawler further forward at the front. It blocks scouting better if it's out front with a queen. Lings rotating. 2 Lings going to try to sneak around left. Might try to... Yeah, he's going to try and do Sneaky Banes in the natural while distracting up here. All right, Reynor at least can apply some pressure, force a bit of a micro dance. And he's not too far behind in workers. Solar definitely has a lead. This is playable, especially now you forced a massive Ling Bane out. He needs to build a few Zerglings at home, though, to protect his third. Right now, he's very offensively focused as Reynor, and that could be a real problem. Okay, the Banelings are all going to gather because the Queens are staying solid. On that natural, Solar trying to snipe the Banes. I think he gets one. Yeah, he gets one. No! Oh, he doesn't get it! Okay, has to send a third Zergling to get that snipe. And Reynor's micro is good. It goes down as well, dude. Reynor's micro, straight fire today. 3 Overlords at the front. Bit of a miss rally, I think, for Solar. I'd love to see Reynor get out there with his 2 Queens maybe in between injects and snipe one of these Overlords a bit too far forward. Massling Bane coming forward. Like I said, Reynor needs to respect this. He's got 4 Banelings. 2 Lings are going to sneak in. Sees a Roach Horn as well. Reynor has that worker advantage. Solar, though, building a bit of a bigger supply gap, which will give him a bit more flexibility in terms of where his money goes. Love to see the Baneling spread for Reynor. Good spready. Great spready for Reynor. Really well done detonating that Baneling's worth. And there we go. Only 1 Baneling left though right now for Reynor. He's building 10 Roaches, which is absolutely the right call. Queens will defend this. Or will they? Oh, Solar! Willing to sacrifice quite a few Lings. The Baneling not getting the best hit. And actually lovely snipe there for Solar. Really well done. Reynor's going to have to move a new drone out, restart his third. He's up in workers though. He's counterattacking with Roaches. I don't think it's a real commitment. Is Solar going to make that read? He's building 7 Roaches. He has to respect this a little. But he sees drones coming out. Solar sees drones coming out. And he should know that he can go back to droning now. Because he's got enough Roaches to defend this. Ling's looking for the counter. There is no Evo for Solar. Remember, Carapace is up for REYNOR. So even with the delayed third, he's up 5 workers, and he's got Carapace. He's droning more. Solar's going all in. Solar's not using his Evo. He's not making a lair. He's saying 2 gases, roaches, and zerglings, and I'm going to go punch you in the face. Now, REYNOR, if he sees this, it changes everything. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. He just built a lot of drones. He's building 3 overlords, roaches. I would not mind another spine. He's building that now. And here it comes. 21 roaches against 11. Uh-oh. REYNOR, a little bit light on lava right now. He did build a lot of drones. He's going to try and build another spine crawler. Is it going to be ready in time? This is a massive unit. Remember, Solar was ahead earlier in this game. Pure roaches coming out. No inject in the main. Oh, no, he does have an inject on the main, sorry. Okay, he's got inject on the main, inject on the natural. He's going to have more roaches coming. I think with Defender's advantage, REYNOR might barely be able to do it, but that's supply the Zergling count. Oh my gosh, there's 50 Lings! The spine gets killed before he can even do anything. Solar's Ling count is off the chain. Okay, I think it's truly dawning on me just how far ahead Solar was from the early stages. If he can have that many Lings and more roaches on the enemy side of the map, that is crazy. Talk about overwhelming power. Solar from the early aggro, keeping REYNOR on the back foot. He says, you might have an upgrade. That does not make up for this numbers advantage, baby. And the Roach Ravager Queen, great pullbacks for REYNOR. The drones trying to hold the line in the mineral line, but Bile's landing for Solar as well. The Lings finally take down the Spine Crawler. And REYNOR, man, he tries to hold on, but felt like that 12-11 Ling Flood into the follow-ups as well. Doing really well. Solar sniping that third hatch, limiting REYNOR's next step, while he just 100% committed. And this is what I love about Solar. I said, is Solar going to play a bit more different? Is he going to play different? No, he's playing exactly the same way he did in the first series. Super committed Roach Bane attack every single game. The only difference is he had a bunch of different clever openings to get himself ahead for it. That's what I love. I love it. Solar's not trying to change who he is as a player. He's just changing the little specifics of doing the stuff that he's good at. Is it still hatch tech timings? Yes. Is it still super aggressive? Yeah. Is it kind of super committed? Yeah. If REYNOR plays damn perfectly, should he always block it? Yeah. Has anyone ever played a damn perfect StarCraft game? No. It's a good call. REYNOR just killed his own drone. Or accidentally attacked his own drone there. He was frantically micro trying to protect them. Poof. Alright, 58 workers to 39. 4th base on the way. Your upgrades are miles behind as Solar, but you have the numbers. Your opponent's going to be fighting you with their crack troops. It's funny, guys. So, I mentioned about cracklings and how I kind of made a joke about how it's about people smoking crack is why they're called cracklings. Cracklings is when you get adrenal glands, guys, plus 40% attack speed. Someone in the comments was like, no, it's not. Haven't you ever seen someone on crack? That's what it is. You guys let me know, because I always assume when you get one of your fighting soldiers and you make them elite, you're referring to crack troops. But who knows what the first person who used the term and coined cracklings actually meant. Maybe it's from StarCraft 1. I would imagine they probably called it that as well. But, because I'm pretty sure adrenal glands existed in StarCraft 1 as well, right? I'm pretty sure there was an adrenal upgrade in that. But I remember this guy, he was like, you're wrong, idiot! No! And I was like, you actually don't know what crack troops are, do you? Obviously, like, that is like a term. That is a term used, you know, in military stuff. 9 workers? Oh my lord, that's good. Unfortunately, I think it's too little too late. That's half the roach count. 1-1 upgrades against +1. Let's see how it goes. Roach Ravager trying to defend. The Roaches coming forth. And, oh, the Roach Ravager trying to defend. But REYNOR's just too outnumbered here. I think he would have wished these Roaches were on crack right now. He needed something. He needed some stim packs or something. Just too far behind. Great opening for Solar, though. The 12 gas 11 pool. Freaking super committed. That's super powerful. Alright, guys. We got Solar in the bottom left side of the map. REYNOR in the top right side of the map. And it's all going to be decided here. Which Zerg is the fairest of them all? Well, now I mean, which Zerg is the fairest? Like, which one of these two is Gal Gadot? And which is that other girl that everyone on the internet hates now? I love that, like, I don't care or follow any of this dumb film drama, but, like, I just have to see enough people complaining. Like, I still have to be, like, vaguely aware that people are angry about things. Wait, but who wins? I mean, I guess Gal Gadot loses, right? So is Raynor Gal Gadot or is it Solar? I don't even know the other actress's name. The Snow White analogy sucks. Let's move on. Hatch gas pool for both sides. Very standard openings on ley lines to decide the series. Solar won the previous one 2-1. And now we're going to see who gets the last spot in the group. Cure absolutely steamrolled this group. Looked really good. It's okay, Pig. She's hated equally by both sides of politics. You can speak for it. I don't know her name. I don't care. I love that there's like so many people who are like arguing about Disney movies. I'm just like, this is the, like, guys, they haven't made anything good in like 20 years. Like, why are we still talking about anything Disney does? I guess they took Star Wars as a franchise, so people are like, why are you ruining my Star Wars? Andor's the only good thing. Free. All right. One off gas for Raynor, one off gas for Solar as well. Let the deviations begin. From this point on, we're going to start to see small changes. Solar's already down 2 workers. Raynor's being slightly greedier, as you can see these extra lings coming out. It's not a big difference, only 1 drone now. But yeah, Raynor's kind of like 1.5 workers ahead, essentially. So he's been a little more economical, but that means he's playing a little bit closer to the bone. Less insurance for the defense. He goes Baneley Nest slightly late Baneley Nest for Solar. That went down about 252, 253. Meant if there was a Ling Flood, he may have lost this 3rd base. But not expecting Raynor to Ling Flood in the final deciding match, and fair enough. Take that back, Pig. Moana's a treasure. I never watched Moana. All right, I'll add that to the list. I do like a good kids movie, man. Six lings for both sides. 2 more drones already for Raynor. He's going to catch up to Solar. He was a little bit greedier earlier on. Ling gets in for Solar first. Sees those lings coming out. Going to build only 2 more of his own, though. He's not really panicking at all. We'll see who gets on the offense. So far, units lost tab in favor of Raynor. Raynor playing the more perfect game, but I always feel like the guy who's sitting defensive, being a bit more perfect, is also the one who's more prone to just dying to some random gamble. You know, just gets caught off guard, discombobulated. Oh, almost blocks it. Does block it. Good scout. Scout block. Roach Warren obviously fast of him. Roach Warren comes out for Solar. He has a bit of an awkward choke in that it's on the north of his wall-off. I think that was on purpose. I think he wanted to block the scouting there. Solar, not building a big supply gap. Notice he's just keeping a small one. The first tell of a player who wants to attack with Roach Bane, guys, is they build a lot of extra supply. Evo Chamber behind the natural again. Okay, Rainy's going back to game 1 style. +1 range, I think. Oh, accidentally builds a Baneling on the front. Interesting. Ooh, 3rd and 4th gas for Solar. Solar's being greedy, man. And Raynor is playing defensive Roach. Raynor's looking a little paranoid here. He's building defensive Roach. He sees the gases. Okay, that's a sign to just hold your drone key down. I don't think 4 Roaches is too bad. 4 Roaches is fine, but if he built any more defensively, that would not be great. Oh, what did he just cancel, guys? Was that an Evo Chamber? Wow, Solar pivots. The moment his gases get scouted, he pivots to aggression. Dude, Solar is reactively all-inning harder than Rogue. Raynor gets in. No lair, no Evo Chamber. You got to realize this is aggression. Raynor is building Roachling already. He's up 3 workers. He's not used his Evo at all. And Lair and Evo now goes down because Solar got scouted being greedy on the 2 gases. He holds the Roachling key down to go all in. He gets scouted. Not droning, so then he starts droning, builds an Evo, cancels it, builds another Evo because it was walling off his own base, starts a lair. Dude, Solar is pivoting so much. The downside of doing this, you lose money, you're less efficient. On the other hand, Raynor's probably like, what is going on? I can't figure out what he's doing. That's because Solar's changing what he's doing every 3 seconds. Based on what Raynor sees, Solar is pivoting constantly. And that's very annoying to deal with. Because you're going, what's your intention? And it's like, well, his intention's going this way, then that way. And look at this. Solar gets a 9-worker advantage. Raynor's not got a lair. He's getting +1 range, but he's also building a 5th queen. Oh my gosh, why is Raynor building a 5th queen, guys? Okay, he cancels the 5th queen. He builds 4 more overlords. Raynor's doing an all-in. He cancels +1. He's going all in. He's going all in against 66 drones. Solar's been too greedy. Solar is up 14 workers, going +1 range now. It's not going to be ready in time. Overlord speed, not going to be ready in time. Roach speed, probably not going to be ready in time. And it's go time. Raynor with 24 roaches Massling Bane behind. He is going for broke. I do not see Solar defending this. He's got half the army supply. REYNOR should go left and actually get on the natural, I think. I think going left is the right direction. Bad Baneling Morph. Bad Baneling Morph, slowing down his entire assault. You always got to be careful not to do cocoons on the path. Slowed himself down by about 4 seconds there. Baneling Roach going in. Here we go. Banelings of Solar. Great detonation from Solar's Banes. Do stop those. He's got a lot of Ravages as well. But dude, so many Roaches coming in for REYNOR. REYNOR going after these Ravages, trying to get on top of the Lings as well. The Spine Crawlers are finishing though. Dude, the Snap Spine Crawlers coming up in the middle of the fight. Great defense by Solar. Solar scrambling, trying to survive. He does not want to go down like this. REYNOR with such a big supply advantage. But dude, Solar's positioning has been excellent. Solar, can he pull a rabbit out of a hat? He was completely blindsided by this, pivoting left and right, focusing on surprise over efficiency. But it's REYNOR who has surprised him. And it's REYNOR who is going to be going through and barreling over him here in the game 3. A lot of Roaches are still popping out. It's not completely over, but 24 Roaches against 9 on the map. More Lings flooding in. Solar deep in the doo-doo right now. His +1 range will be kicking in soon. REYNOR is going to push for the natural. No, he goes back towards the third base. Great Roach speed micro. Solar trying so hard. I feel like REYNOR's in full mount and he's punching Solar in the face. Solar right now is somehow trying to get out of this terrible position. +1 finally kicks in. Roach speed +1 pretty good. I think REYNOR needs to just kill that Roach Warren. I think that's the best bet here. Hold this choke point and kill the Roach Warren. Nice Roach speed micro here for Solar, but Solar taps out. And REYNOR goes through to the next round. GG, well played. Someone told me REYNOR got eliminated. I was like, how? I was like, how does Solar hold this? I thought, someone told me, I don't think it was Dot or someone said, oh, REYNOR got eliminated. Maybe she just saw he lost a match. I was casting this being like, ah, it's a shame this one got spoiled for me. This was the only thing I knew about this group is that REYNOR got eliminated. Thank you, Dot, for trolling me and telling me the wrong information. I was like, how is Solar going to bring this back? This is going to be the craziest comeback I've ever seen. Nice play there. Very nice. And, wow. GG, well played, REYNOR. Getting the top 8. GG's.